Brooke,
He will.
you know what I say about that? Just get it done.
Yeah, listen, man, if it wasn't for my brother K-Sap, man, K-Sap, you know, he showed me the blueprint, you know what I mean? Going on his show, being the guest on his show, watching how he do it, you know, gave me the confidence to say, all right, it's time for me to start doing my thing now. So shout out to my big brother K-Sap.
Man, I appreciate you, Brooke. There's enough for everybody to eat, man. I'm trying to get y'all there, man.
Yo, but let me get back to B Will because I wanted to respond to something he said. And I'm not disagreeing with you, B Will. That was a great point. But sometimes you got to realize leadership styles are different, right? And then sometimes like everybody is not gonna mesh. So when you take a look at Drew Lloyd, that kind of brings me back to my point earlier when I was looking at Enrique and I was looking at Paige Beckers, right? When I look at Drew Lloyd, because she's been struggling, they've been trying to figure it out all year about of how they big three is going to work, right? Drew Lloyd hasn't been the same player she was last year with this new team. And they was, you know, this is a more talented team. This is a better team. So they was trying to figure out how it's going to work. But when I look at Drew Lloyd's skill set, to me, I think they call Diana Taurasi the white mamba. And I think they call Drew Lloyd the gold mamba or something like that. I forget her nickname. The Golden Mamba. So yeah. she has a ISO like game as well. So sometimes I think Drew Lloyd would have been more successful because we've seen this with other people, even like Kobe, right? We've seen Kobe and Shaq be successful. For whatever reason, we've seen Kobe and Dwight it just didn't work out that same way. You get what I'm saying? So when I look at Drew Lloyd, for whatever reason, even though Nneka and Skylar made that team better and they great leaders, they veterans, I don't think they fit her play style. And I think that's kind of where the clash came from too. So I think a different player, whoever that may be, that could team up with a Drew Lloyd in a 1-2 punch, I think we see a different Drew Lloyd as a leader. And I wanted to make that distinction because, like I said, you could use a player like Carmelo Anthony, you know, and a player like LeBron James, right? Leadership styles are different, but that don't mean that they both can't lead in their own ways, and they might not be able to mesh together, right? We see them play together late in their careers, but not when they both was like the superstar in their teams. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's a little bit happened to Drew Lloyd too.
No, I get it, but so 100%, I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. The thing is, what about the 2023 season? Right, the 23 season.
You gotta educate me, brother. I wasn't here at that time.
And I wasn't either like that, not like that. But I'm just looking at the history and looking at where these players were. Stewie left Seattle in 2023. That's when she went to New York,
Seattle,
right?
New York, yeah.
So
okay, that's the year that Drew Lloyd was the leading scorer in the WNBA, correct?
Yeah, and
okay.
What I can't say for sure is I'm not sure. I think Sue Bird retired after 2023. So Jewel
retired in 2022.
Okay, so
Zoe, we about to take over.
So then Jewel, that's when Jewel has to take over.
I see. I'm coming, K-Sap. Hold on, I'm coming.
Right,
about to take over.
Jewel has to take over, right? And so Jewel Lloyd takes over as the leader in 2023. What that do for him? You know what I'm saying? And now you come into 2024 and you got Jewel Lloyd, Nneka, and Skylar as all season veterans. You know what I'm saying? And Nneka is a champion herself, right? So you got these three veterans coming to a team, and this is the first year, 2024. This season is the first year we see them all together, right? And so you got Jewel Lloyd trying to figure out her position. You got Nneka trying to figure out her position. You got Skylar trying to figure out her position as a leader in the leadership hierarchy on that team, right? And so that comes with growing pains. You got these three veterans, all of them
Hall of Famers
in their own right, right? Which one of them as a leader is going to get the best out of that team? We don't know. They didn't know. And so they had to figure it out. But you got these young bucks and Mercedes Russell who, you know, are in this new generation. Maybe they can't take that leadership style of Skylar Diggins-Smith or Nneka Ogwumike. And again, they played with Jewel Lloyd, but Jewel Lloyd wasn't a leader at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Be well.
Yeah, so go ahead, bro.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, and I feel what you're saying, but I just don't think it's that complicated, bro. If you take a look at again, when you look at the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq, they were successful, right? But then you add in a Gary Payton and you add in a Karl Malone, and for whatever reason that team just didn't work. And they all four great players, they all four great leaders. But so my point is sometimes you just can't mesh talent together. It don't even matter the leadership style. Certain talent just don't fit together, bro. And that's why when I look at Jewel Lloyd's play style, we've seen what she looked like without those players, right, in 2023. So what I'm saying is you add the right piece to her to build off what she was doing in 2023, and we might have seen a different Storm team. I almost said Sonics. We see a different Storm team. What I'm saying is, on paper, Skylar Dickens, Jewel Lloyd, and Nneka looks good. It just didn't translate to the floor.
Hold on, Brooklyn.
I agree with you, Brooklyn. I can agree with that 100%.
Hey, we had 300 subscribers. I appreciate all y'all, man. Look, hey, I know I've been away for about a month and a half. Shout out my dog K-Sal for going live on his, gain some new followers from his as well. You always got to show love. I always like to show love to people who helping me out, man. That's why Brooklyn said earlier, man. Look, y'all want to start a YouTube channel, honestly, man. Y'all want to start a YouTube channel, man? Go to K-Sap channel. Look at how he orchestrate things. Look at how he run things. Look at how his thumbnails look. Look at when he posts, how he posts, how consistent he is. Like, I want y'all to, those who viewing this, you want to start a YouTube channel, have time. Look, I own a business. I work too. Look, I'm married. My wife need time. Look. You won't have a YouTube channel and have dedication like that. That takes a lot of dedication that a lot of y'all don't realize. Like, you don't just hop on YouTube and a thumbnail just creates itself, or just come on here and just live stream. You got to type stuff in. You got to put thumbnails, titles, hashtags, make sure you go to the right playlist. You really got to do a lot behind the scenes that y'all don't see. And this is just coming from somebody that got 300 subscribers. He got thousands. So imagine all day he got to do just channeling his subscribers, making sure that he posting. Like, y'all want to know how to run a channel from somebody that mess with me? Go to K-Sap channel and just see how he do things, man. See how he orchestrate the panel when they up there, how he ain't afraid to put you on mute, ain't afraid to give somebody their own opinion without being judged. Like, all of that. He ain't never mute before, but I'm just saying, I didn't see mute some people talking foolish. But on the real though, man.
Let me add one thing to that, Joe.
Hey, Prince, what I want to say about that is the other thing that K-Sap know how to do. K-Sap know how to be quiet.
Yes,
that's what. Yes. I don't think people really give K-Sap enough credit for being quiet.
And also, let me add one thing.
Hold on, Brooklyn. Y'all know me. I could go on a tirade, especially when I got a point to prove. I done been on K-Sap channel where he'll let me talk. He'll mute everybody and let me talk for 5 minutes. Because he know I don't come up a lot, and he know when I talk, people really want to listen. Hey, don't get it confused. When I go on people's channels, they know I'm coming with some information and some knowledge, so people be listening. So I appreciate K-Sap for that, man. But what you got, Brooklyn?
Oh no, I just want to add something so simple, and it's something K-Sap say all the time as well. You want a successful channel. It's all about presentation. Something as simple as just how you present yourself. Yep. Look at his camera. Look how everything, his background is on point. You know what I mean? Like everything, how he put his thumbnails up, like you said, his videos, everything. The presentation is the presentation. So that's another thing that he does that's people may not notice or go overlook.
Yeah, and it can be simple, like especially in this day and age. You think about YouTube being monetized. People could get on YouTube and be like, "Nah, I ain't helping your platform. I ain't giving you none of my subscribers. I ain't giving you a voice to talk." Like an OG like K-Sap, like it got a lot of OGs that'll come hating on you, especially like young dudes. They'll come hating just because they wasn't doing it at your age. You know what I'm saying? Like K-Sap be giving people platforms. Like now, for real.
I'm glad you said that, Zoe, and I appreciate everybody's compliment. And I will say this. I've been on certain channels where they have like 5,000 subscribers, and people that have like 50,000 subscribers up to 100,000, they don't want to mess with the little people, right? You know what I'm saying? So Zoe, I know he had to redo his channel, so he made another channel, right? So like I told him, I said, any way I can help you out, I'll help you out. I'm almost at 14,000 subscribers. I'm in motion, right? But I'm trying to help other people that I rock with that be on my panel. I'm trying to get them to where I'm at, right? Because YouTube, it's enough money to go around for everybody. So
that ain't your money.
Exactly.
You put in the work, you gonna get it
exactly.
too.
So
look, if I get a 20,000 subscribers and start getting monetized, I'm not taking nothing out of KSAP pockets.
Thank you. That's all I be trying to tell people.
Money. That's YouTube money, and they paying us.
Exactly. So the people that's on my channel that subscribe to Brooklyn, Zoe, and all these other platforms, y'all not hurting me. You know, my subscribers gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So I will say this right now. I'm live on I Am Zoe Media, right? We're streaming from his platform. I streamed it on my page. So for everybody that's in my chat that is on my page, make sure y'all subscribe to I Am Zoe Media. And the key thing is, once we get him popping like this and get all these watch hours, then watch how he starts growing and flowing. So everybody that's in my chat that's subscribed to me, make sure y'all subscribe to I Am Zoe Media. Make sure y'all subscribe to Brooklyn 80s Baby, and we're going to get it popping.
Yeah,
I also want to say another thing, too.
I appreciate all y'all. Hold on, Brooke. I appreciate all y'all, like Brags Tags. Like, I'm talking about people that always coming up here, no matter who up here with me, like Brags Tags, K-Sap will pull up. Brooklyn, you already know you bro. You Brooklyn bro. Bro guy, he did live streams with me. Even when I was at 30 subscribers, bro guy was doing live streams with me, doing the WNBA playoff. Duval pop up. B Will had a wrench since day one. B Will always been loyal. When I first came back after a month layoff, well, a month and a half actually, because I hadn't did a stream since the WNBA playoff, the second round. A lot of people don't know that I ain't been on YouTube since the second round of the WNBA playoffs, and first stream back, B Will was the first one up. So that's love, and like none of us. I need people to realize none of us never met in person. This is just love and energy through the internet. Like people could tell real. You don't got to be in front of somebody. And like K-Sap said, look, hey, this is coming from me. I'm gonna follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Don't let these subscribers fool you. I got more followers on my actual platform than some people got on YouTube. Don't let their subscribers fool you. I don't care who feel any type of way about this. Some of these people y'all following with all these subscribers, they lame in actuality. So don't be just looking at people who got subscribers and thinking they actual big dogs. They just been on YouTube for a long time. And shout out to them for being consistent.
Yeah, yeah, that's one thing they are. They are.
Let me say one real quick thing, but then I'm gonna let you go, Brass. And I said this before on Zoe's channel. It was only me, him, and I forget the lady name. Dose. I think it was Dose T. It was only me, him, and her in there when I said this. I want to say this. Yeah, I want to say this while it's a larger platform. While the one thing that I think is super dope about this right here, K-Sap got his channel, Zoe got his channel. I'm about to start my brother, Kev got his channel, Showtime, all these different channels, HD, right? All these different channels. And all these different people who come to support these channels, the Brasses, the Bro Gods, and all that of the world, right? What I think is so dope, and y'all can attest to this because a lot of y'all be on these different channels along with me. Every single person who got a channel brings something different to the table. No matter, we all might agree. We all might have certain things in common. I think most of us, if not all of us, is Angel Reese fans or whatever the case may be. I think most of us, if not all of us, like Caitlin Clark too. We don't hate her, right? But no matter our similarities, all of our styles is different. And I think that's what's the dopest thing about this, because you could go to K-Sap page and get one vibe, and then go to Zoe page and get a whole nother vibe. Go to HD page and get a whole nother vibe. Go to Showtime page is a whole different vibe. And you already know I'm gonna bring something different to the table when I start doing my thing. So I think that's the dopest thing about this, is that everybody bring their own energy, their own style. When you go to Zoe page, he gonna break things down to you. He gonna break it down to the simplest form, right? He gonna give you the gospel. people. You're gonna go to one thing, and I never said this. I watch your streams, KSAP. One thing I love that you do is the way you break things down. You know how when you talk about me, and you be like, Brooklyn gonna give you the meat with the potatoes, with the with this, with that. You do that with a lot of different analogies. When you start talking about people, you be like, he gonna break it down like that, and you break it down. That's so fire how you able to use metaphors and analogies to get your point across. Man, you get what I'm saying? Hey, Absolutely.
I will say this about Brooklyn, guys, man. I remember when Brooklyn first came to my panel, right? He just brought a whole different dynamic to the show. And like I always tell people, like what me, Showtime, HD, and Zoe do, we have a platform, right? And we not afraid to let somebody come on our platform and talk sports with us, because I love these panel podcasts, this is where it's at. When everybody else comes on your channel and they go in the chat, talk about what Mick Talk Sports is doing, what John the Liquidator's doing, what Bitch Be Frank is doing, what Adriana Ross is doing, what do? They keep it all to themselves. Don't let nobody come up on their panel and talk basketball with them, because the thing about it is what they're doing is they're just taking content and putting it out there. They actually can't talk the stuff that we talk, the breakdown, and look at it and go into the analytic parts like Bro Gad do sometimes when he go on the show. And like Brooklyn, like I always say, Brooklyn brings the meats with the taste. He's not just going to give you the meats. He going to give you some asparagus on the side. He going to give you the sweet potatoes. He going to give you the 4-course meal. So
with the iced tea to wash it down.
Exactly. And sometimes it might not be iced tea. He might give you a shot. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. And this is why I always tell people when they say, I want to start a podcast, man, don't tell me, just go do it. If you need assistance, I'll be here for you. You see what I'm saying? Like Brooklyn, he hit me up. I gave him all the stuff that he needs to get. Now all he got to do is put it in motion.
I hate cake in the clock.
Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. The Los Angeles Sparks have hired a head coach.
Who they got?
Lynn Roberts. I'm doing my research right now.
These are coaches that not even in the coaching carousel.
Look at Brogard trying to be an insider for the W. Okay, Woj.
Hey, Brooklyn. That's my source now. I cite my source. Brogad's my source. So I gotta cite my source.
Breaking news. In case y'all want to know, after the first quarter, Cleveland's down 26-20. Carry on. To the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
That's the big matchup tonight.
Oh, they gotta lose. They gotta lose one, man. They can't stay hot for that long.
Of course.
Yeah.
Don't mean nothing though.
Yeah. For all the people that don't know, that KSAP 2, that's my wife that's in the chat. That's not me. Mine is simply ball dropping. My wife had appeared in the chat.
Tell her. I don't know if she heard my name before, because I know I'm not in your chat. I'm in Zoe chat, but tell her Brooklyn 80 said what's up.
Okay. Yeah, she subscribed to Zoe's channel.
Shout out Mrs. KSAP. Shout out Mrs. KSAP.
Yeah, that's KSAP Square.
Also, I want to say this too, going back to my point about it being dope, that we all got different styles. The reason why it's dope, we got different styles. Because that's what I actually, believe it or not, I appreciate what Brogad did tonight, creating the confusion he did, because that makes for a great conversation, right? So one thing I love about us all having our different styles is I'm not going to always agree with KSAP.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna always agree with Zoe, right? Like we gonna see this same thing sometimes, but we might just see it from two different angles, and then we got to say, hey, well, my point is this, and that's gonna make for a great conversation.
And
so that's why I like the fact that we all bring our different styles. Go ahead, Brass.
And guess what, Brooklyn? Brogad is the bro. He the brother.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He the bro. Yep. He the bro.
And look,
we may disagree. Just because we disagree doesn't mean we have to be disagreeable.
That's it. But look, Brad, to your point, I just looked at the panel. I think, if I'm not mistaken, everybody on this panel, I done had an argument with before when we was like, or debate, whatever you want to call it, when we disagreed on something, but it's still all love. Me and Brad disagreed about it. You know what I mean? One time, me and B Will, when the first time I met him, was going back and forth about something. You know what I mean? Me and Bro Gag go back and forth all the time, but it's always all love. You know what I mean?
Go this way. Hey, B Will from Detroit. I'm from Cleveland. He a Michigan fan. I'm a Ohio State fan. Still my bro.
Hey, I will say this though. There's a lady named Lisa in my chat. She's trying to tell me to tell the fellas to turn y'all's camera on. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
She can see all of us on the panel. She can see us.
Yeah, I'm streaming it live
on my.
I'm streaming it live on my channel, so I'm getting different chats from what Zoe is getting, but everybody that came in
got you.
Yeah, they
everybody
didn't
see
everybody in the chat, even those that's from KSAB channel, I'm gonna let y'all get it in too. This is just an appreciation to my fans and every 100 subscribers. I'm gonna do this. Even when I get to 20,000, every 100 subscribers, I'm gonna do this because I got it like that. But anyway, for my 300 subscriber mark, I got a $50 gift card contest going on. Again, if you go to my community post, you'll see it there. Make sure you like the post as well as comment your number, and whoever the closest is will get a $50 gift card. I'll drop my Instagram link under your number that you comment on the post. All you got to do is send me where you want it, your first and last name, and where you want your $50 gift card to go to. Even if you want a stationary one like a green dot card, I'll do that as well. Again, this is my appreciation. At every 100 subscribers, I'll do a $50 gift card. So make sure y'all continue to subscribe. At the 400 mark, I'll do the same thing. So the quicker we get to 400, the quicker I do the next contest. And I'm going to do that for every 100 subscribers. The post is up now. Go comment your number under there. It's free game. Whoever the closest, that's who's going to get it.
Hey, listen, I was in your first 20 subscribers. Since you giving some money away, let me get $2.
Like my other channel. You was
let
in
me
my
get
other
$2.
channel.
All I want is $2. Let me get $2.
And the funny thing is, Zoe, man, the funny thing, Zoe, out of the 2 channels that we got it live, man, we got over 170 people watching, man. So y'all, man, subscribe.
Man, like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Yeah. We ain't going nowhere. We running it, man. We ain't going nowhere. Subscribe, comment. How you feel about Olivia Miles? Because that's what this content was really about. How y'all feel about Olivia Miles at the number 3 pick for Chicago? Y'all could drop that in there if y'all coming from KSAP channel. If y'all don't know what we was really talking about originally, drop it in there. Hey, if you coming from KSAP channel, you family too. I'm gonna drop the link again. You could come up too. Give me your thoughts. Again, we talking about Olivia Miles going to Chicago Sky. I'm gonna drop the link if you won't come up and give us your thoughts as well. So appreciate all of that, man. Appreciate all of that.
Yo, listen, everybody in the chat, stop what you doing right now in both chats and run them likes up. You heard? Because y'all be getting stingy with the likes.
Yeah, somebody
don't come in here with the shoulders, bro, dog. I'm just showing off the shoulders, bro.
I do put a mother shirt on.
Hey, somebody said that Chicago Sky, they hearing the Chicago Sky going to trade their picks.
That's a rumor.
I mean, I'm just saying that this was coming in the chat.
Yeah, I seen that on Twitter earlier, like an hour ago. That's a rumor.
That's a rumor.
B Will, you
no way they getting that from. They getting that from NBA Central.
Hey, B Will, from your pictures, I thought you was a light skinned dude. You dogs.
Shout out to Man Down Sports, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man.
I'm brown skinned to Brooklyn. I'm brown skinned.
B Will don't look like what he sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, B Will definitely look like what he sound.
He don't, but on top of that,
300 pounds, man.
But look, on top of that, his picture. If I'm not, I gotta see the picture again. I thought it was like a light skinned dude or a white dude. So I gotta look at it.
B Will picture look like the Ralph Lauren.
You want to know what it is?
Logo.
Are those white sleeves? What is that? Is that white sleeves?
Bro, you know why you thought it was a light skin or a white dude? Because he on a horse doing equestrian. You don't think about
but I see the white. I thought those was his arms. Whatever that. What's that? His leg? His boots? What's that white part in the picture?
Yeah.
That's his leg. That's the pants he got on.
Okay. See, I thought that was his arms. I thought he had a short sleeve shirt on his arms.
Hey, Brooklyn, man, you gotta show your face today, Brooklyn, man. You was in the car showing your face yesterday. Come on, man.
The reason why it's easier for me in the car is because I can mount my phone up. I'm holding. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second.
No, I'm just telling y'all what the chat want. I mean, I'm telling you what the chat want.
Guys,
I can't do it.
I got you. Hold on 1 second.
I just want to make a point about Olivia Miles and the Sparks. I actually, now that I see who the Sparks chose for their coach, I don't think they're going to take Olivia Miles because I was just looking into what her background is. Apparently, her resume is that she's over 500 with Utah. Utah, they were the worst team in their conference, and she took them into the main tournament. I think she got as far as they're saying the Sweet 16, but like they were bottom of the barrel in the Pac-12 or something like that. But she plays a 5-out offense, and she doesn't believe apparently in like ball dominant guards. She believes in like a lot of shooting around the perimeter.
Yeah.
So it's like she's like a modern coach. So she might not. It sounds to me like she's like they're picking her with a view to what they're gonna get out of the draft, which is probably why they announced her hire after the draft.
It sounds like
bro, guy. Is she coming from college? Like last year, she was coaching in college.
Yeah.
Who was her point guard?
I gotta check and see.
Yeah, check that for me.
Utah, that's Alyssa Peely. I mean, Peely.
If he said Utah is this girl named Gianna Neekins, that's a not lifetime like B. Will said. Alyssa Peely was there, but she got drafted. But this girl named Gianna Neekins, she's one of the best lifetime shooters, bro.
Let me see who that is, man.
What college she coming from? Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's Neekins. Brooklyn is right. It's Neekins, and she's from Utah.
Utah.
Utah. Nah, but Neekins isn't a point guard. She's a small forward. She's 6 feet. Neekins, she a scorer though. She one of their best scorers. Neekins gets busy. I don't know what she gives you defensively. That's my only. I got to see her defensively. But offensively, it took me a while to start saying her name because I had to see what she could do. But
is she a senior?
Yeah, she a senior. She's gonna be in the draft.
Say her name again.
Gianna Neekins. Her last name start with a K.
B. Will, thank you for your service, brother.
Oh wow, you peeked that out from just my
I see you
t-shirt?
earlier when you posted yourself on accident. You had a uniform on.
Oh, for sure, man. Appreciate it.
What branch was you
in
in?
the service, man? Appreciate that, man.
I'm in the Air Force.
He was in the Air Force.
Oh, okay, my man. You know how to fly them planes, bro?
I don't fly nothing. Look, hey, listen. I'm a dentist. I'm a dentist in the Air Force, dude. If I got a gun in my hand,
we got a lady in the house. What's up, Miss Lady? What's going on?
What's going on, man? What's going on, Sister Nova? What's going on?
This is my first time being here.
Look, I appreciate it.
We're gonna bring them over. Zoe.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you the floor. We talking about the I'm gonna do an episode each week. Today's episode was about Olivia Miles, her scouting report, and how we feel about her going to Chicago Sky.
I mean, I think it's a good fit for her.
There you go,
really
B. Will.
Now, if they're trying to trade for the number one pick, that would be Paige Beckers. But I don't think that will happen. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they have enough. They wouldn't even have nothing to give up for that number one pick.
Exactly. So I think it's a good fit, for Olivia Miles. I think her game is tailored for Chicago Sky. I think, she could do a lot for that franchise, and pretty much that's all I got to say. I'm not going to be long-winded today. I'm not always long-winded, but that's pretty much my thoughts about it.
Look, you could be long-winded. They've been running their mouth too long. You could be long-winded. I'm gonna give you another topic.
We need Elle and Lakeisha.
I'm gonna give you another topic. Outside of Olivia Miles, anybody else you got your eye on with that number 10 pick?
No, I can't even think that far. Beyond the three top picks, I can't even think beyond. I'm sorry, I just got to be honest.
So do you have any inclination of? I know Brogad just talked about the Sparks hiring, their new coach. But before that, how did you feel about Olivia Miles going to the Sparks?
I mean, no.
That's me. Look, we're on the same page.
No. Sparks is number 2 pick this year again. Okay, no. I mean, they need to. Oh my goodness, they need to stop being in the draft lottery. First of all, every single year, the LA Sparks seem to be in the draft lottery. every
That's
year.
why I said I don't think the Sparks want to be rebuilding. Like, I don't think they want to be a top pick in the draft next year. I don't think that's what they want. That's why I don't see Olivia Miles going there, because if she goes there, then you're back there. I feel you will be back there again next year because you're a few veteran pieces away.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, Olivia Miles is better off in Chicago. I'm gonna stick with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
they only here to cause confusion.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look. I mean, hey. I want to ask everybody on the panel. Anybody been keeping up with the Unrivaled League? What y'all thoughts on it going so far? I know it's about to kick off in a few.
I already said my thoughts on that, man. I just hope the girls don't get injured, man.
You don't want them to play? You don't want them to play on?
I just don't want them to get that 3-on-3, man. That's a little different, man. I mean, that's my personal opinion, man. I mean, a lot of people said just let them play, but I just feel that, in a situation like that, 3-on-3, man, it's a high cost.
Hey, somebody got a lot of background noise. Is that B. Will or Brass?
It ain't me.
That's me.
That must be B. Will. I think they should play because their season's so short.
I understand that, but I just think that 3-on-3, man, that's a lot of lifting, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how the floor is gonna look, with the floor spacing. It's gonna be out there proving I can take you one-on-one and stuff like that, and you try to do stuff outside your comfort zone, man. It's just what they say, a high risk and low reward.
So is it going to be? Because this is the first year for it, right?
Yeah.
So is it going to be like the Ice Cube League, or is it going to be a little different?
They said it's going to be different.
What do you mean? How are they going to do that?
I don't have all the particulars on it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's going to be in Florida, right?
I'm still trying to do the research on it.
It's going to be in Florida, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how big the floor going to be. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be in Miami. But
the Ice Cube League, it's almost like half court. You check it up and go. A lot of people said it's going to be almost like a full court style of play. I'm not certain on that. I'm going to have to do my research on that before I get off in more of that. But I've already stated where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? The injuries, man. 3-on-3. Just think about it. 3-on-3.
Yeah. I mean, and look,
I know you can get injured anywhere.
To tell people, hey, the WNBA play style, just last year alone, they rougher than the NBA. Like, they be out there beating each other up.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Cutting each other. They be diving their ankles. They
That's
play
what
rough.
I'm saying. And then these veterans are gonna try to prove their worth. You know what I'm saying, against some of the rookies that was invited to Unrivaled, and you're gonna try to go one-on-one, and like you said, Zoe, them women, they can beat you up more than them brothers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
it's head checking. So.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Case. And Zoe, you said it's a short season. Yeah, it's a short season, but it's like 3 games a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a short season, but it's compact.
Yeah, it's compact. Yeah.
And you got like K-Sap said, man, you got these women out here trying to improve their skills and try out new things. Like, that's a recipe that could potentially be a recipe for disaster. And for me, like, I can't remember whose panel I was on when I mentioned this a few weeks ago, probably a month or so ago. Like, I don't know if it's a great thing for Angel to go to Unrivaled, because I think she needs to work on her game. I think she really needs to work on her game one-on-one with like one-on-one tutorial, rather than trying to put it into another situation where it's 3-on-3. It's not even really relevant to 5-on-5, and so now you just got the potential for injury. The more you play, the more potential there is for injury. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I worry about all these women.
So is Angel Reese playing?
Yeah.
They picked Angel Reese. Yeah, she's one of the first ones they picked.
I think Caitlin Clark is smart for not being.
I think the Fever organization.
Angel should not be. Angel needs the off season.
I think the Fever told Caitlin Clark not to play.
See, if Angel didn't get hurt, I would be 50-50, but Angel getting hurt, she needs a off season. I would be 50-50 if she wasn't hurt. Her getting hurt at the end, she needs an off season.
I'm gonna tell you why I think this is a good thing for Angel. So 3-on-3 basketball does translate to 5-on-5 basketball. So basically, what Angel can do, I don't know what she will do. We'll see what she can do. The things that she's working on offensively, she can now implement that and put it into play. Because what happens, the difference between 3-on-3 basketball and 5-on-5 basketball is just that you got 2 extra players out there on each side of the floor that can shoot, right? But the play sets and the things you can run with those 3 players, right? It's just that the floor is going to be, what K-Sap say all the time, the floor is just going to be more spaced out now, right? You're going to have 2 less defenders out there, 2 less shooters on your team. But the style that you want to play, that you want to run, that a coach, you got Teaspoon, you got these different coaches, the style that they want to run, you can run that style with 3-on-3 basketball, right? And now Angel, just the things that she's learning right now, because we see she's in the gym working, she just got to implement that, because D Wade said it on her podcast. I don't know many people. I don't watch many of her unapologetic podcasts, but I watch the ones that's like I think is important for me. And I watched the one with D Wade, and he said it. He was like, "Yo, listen, you have everything. You just have the confidence to put it out there on the floor, right? The things that you're learning in practice, don't just learn it in practice. Go out there and try it in the game."
Yeah.
So this is what she can do in Unrivaled. Right, we see she's working on things. We see the jump shot. We see them put her through drills. Now go to Unrivaled and put it on the floor, and that's going to help her in year 2. So I think Unrivaled is going to be a good thing for her.
Let me ask you something, Brooklyn. When we talking about 3-on-3 and the floor is spread out, do you think them chicks going to just sit out there and shoot the ball, or are they just going to want to show their one-on-one versatility and get to the cup since it's spread out?
I think it depends. So, all right. So let me give y'all. It depends on IQ, and the reason why I'm saying that, I'm gonna give y'all this little history lesson about me. So when I was younger, right, I always played with older dudes, right? Pause. Basketball, right? So when I was younger, I'm from New York. We got to pause certain things. Kev is holding me accountable. He's quiet, but Kev is over there holding me accountable.
Man, Kev over there holding up. Kev is in here holding up somebody's panel space.
Who that is?
My brother. You talking about my brother? He ain't speaking in a minute.
Man,
is that your biological brother?
Nah, we just known each other for like 10, 15 years. So
listen, in terms of Unrivaled, I'm looking at a comment from Melissa B, who got a wrench. She says it's 3-on-3, 70-foot court, so it's not like the 3-on-3 Olympic style. So it's a bigger court.
But also, I want to say the reason why I brought up IQ, right? So when I was younger, to answer your question, K-Sap, when I was younger and I was playing 3-on-3 ball, I used to try to take people to the basket all the time, right? And I started playing with some older gentlemen, and they taught me the importance of ball movement in a 3-on-3, right? Yeah. If you stand in certain areas, for instance, I was the guy who always stood at the free throw line, right? And then I have somebody in the corner, somebody on the other side. And when we moved the ball, when we played against other people, we would kill them because we all could shoot. And then when we needed an attack, we would attack. So we would just kill them. And then the person who was normally left open was me at the top. So all I had to do was catch and make my shot. So the reason why I say it's IQ is, again, they have smart coaches. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be giving them different things to think about and how you can score and different things you could do to make the game easy for yourself. So is it going to be some one-on-one basketball? Yes. But with ball movement and with smart cuts and plays, you can get easy shots without taking too many dribbles.
I just don't like that hand injury, man. Yeah. Like that could be a nagging injury. I just don't. That's just the way that she plays. Like if she was like a finesse player, like I just don't like that hand injury for her. I just don't like it. And she always on the ground.
I got a crazy take. I think like Unrivaled still hasn't announced the last 2 players, right? What if the last 2 players are Caitlin Clark and Aja Wilson? I know Aja already said that she wasn't going to do it, but like, what's the point of waiting this late?
I don't think
she's doing it because she was shouting out her players earlier today saying half going overseas and half playing in Unrivaled. So I don't think she playing. She wouldn't have posted it like that. Yeah, she wouldn't have posted it the way she posted it. It was like she was just letting them know she was proud of him. Like if you go and play, it was just the way the post was.
They said that Camila Cardoso had a hard fall today overseas, man.
Yeah, you can get hurt at any time doing anything.
Look, I just think rookies that had a long March Madness coming in, like they need an off season. Like it just, and then Angel Reese with the injury and Camilla was banged up coming in. Like I just felt like they need an off season.
Well, I would encourage you to do this, Zoe. I looked at it a few months ago. They put up a post on the Unrivaled. I think it's on Instagram. They put up a post on how their season is gonna work, and they saying the way their season is that you're gonna be rested by the time the WNBA season come back. So it's not like the season goes into the WNBA, training camp, and you're not able to get no rest. They break it down in a way where the players are able to have a great off season, even playing in this Unrivaled league.
Hey, hold on for just 1 second. Hey, Zoe, drop the link in the chat because I think Bro Claude trying to come up. So I'm gonna tell him to log on to your channel and drop the link, man.
I got it.
The season run.
I'm gonna come off the panel so Bro Claude can come up.
Hey, look, man. I got a good membership. You don't need to drop off.
There's enough space. I mean, if you want to leave, you can leave. But
if you want to leave,
I'll stay there.
Yeah. I can have 15 people.
Yeah, on Robert run for January to March, so they will still have 2 months before the season begin.
How long the season is?
January to March.
So what you got, like a month and a half off season?
2 months, because WNBA start like May 15th.
Yeah, it started May 15th, but they go to training camp a little earlier.
Yeah,
that's the first game. That's the first preseason game.
They got a video. They got it. Go look at the video. You can even post because I know you know how to play videos. They got a video break. It's a short video. They just break down how the season. I think it's on their Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. That's where I seen it at. The Unrivaled Instagram.
Alyssa B is dropping knowledge. She dropping all the information about Unrivaled.
Yeah, another thing. I know your concerns, Prince, but it's good for these ladies to have other income playing the game that they love to play. I get what you're saying. If it was a major risk injury, I would agree with you. But it was a tiny little bone that she broke, and it was a quick healing bone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So my thing is, they shouldn't. My thing is, just pay them more. They shouldn't have to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? They deserve off season just like the NBA do.
Well, it's coming. It's coming with the popularity explosion and the new CBA coming up. They're going to get their money. But for right now, Angel got to pay her rent. Remember?
Unrivaled, they pay scale.
That $9,000 rent.
Right. Yeah.
Unrivaled, they pay scale based on their star power. So that's why they want to offer Caitlyn $1 million. But I think Angel probably gonna get $500,000, and then the lowest paid, let's say Lexi Hall probably get $250. That's the lowest paid that you can get. So it's paid though. It's based on your star power. That's how much you get paid, and that's how much equity you get within the Unrivaled league.
Dang, that's some of the WNBA contracts.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's way higher. Yeah.
Who's sponsoring that league? I know it got Brianna Stewart, but I'm saying what corporation sponsoring that league?
She must have lined up some giants because they're gonna do it. That's the reason why she got the most popular players trying to, that she putting on Rival. You know what I mean?
You remember John Skipper from ESPN? He used to run ESPN.
Yeah.
He's the main person behind it. And I think they have some I think DraftKings and stuff like that have some sponsorship behind the league.
Yeah.
And I think what's gonna happen is I believe Caitlin Clark gonna play. And when Caitlin Clark play, and then Juju and Flajie all of them go play, I think they gonna opt out their deal in 3 years, because they got a 6-year, $100 million deal. I think in 3 years it's probably gonna be another 6-year, but $600 million deal. So
I thought Caitlin Clark said she wasn't playing though, Duval.
Nah, she undecided. She
hasn't made a decision one way or another yet.
Last time she said we'll see, and then when I read the reports, they said she's 60-40 of playing.
Man, the Fever ain't letting her play. The Fever is not letting her play, guys.
In the Fever decision, they offered her the messy package.
Man, the Fever are not letting her play.
And she gonna get advertising dollars.
Yeah.
The Fever don't want her to play, but they say they're gonna leave it in her hands.
It's not about whether or not the Fever want her to play. Nike is whether or not Nike wants her to play.
That's why I'm going at it with it, bro, guy. It's bigger than the Fever.
Yeah, Nike can run everything. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Is the Nike one of their sponsors?
Nike one of Caitlin Clark.
No, I know that. I'm talking about like the Unrivaled League.
Nah,
I don't know that. I can't tell you that.
Because I think Brianna a Nike athlete.
Nah. Brianna isn't Nike. She is
Jordan.
I think she's Adidas.
Oh, Adidas. Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. What about Nafisa?
Nafisa's Nike. Nafisa is Nike.
Yeah, she's one of the co-founders of Unrivaled. She's partnership with
Brianna Stewart with Puma.
Oh
yeah,
no,
Brianna Stewart with Puma.
She's Puma, yeah.
Yeah, you know Nafisa Collier is the co-founder of Unrivaled, so
yeah,
and she's a Nike athlete, so I don't know.
I think Nike probably got something to do with it.
If Nike got something to do with they'll probably let Caitlin play, but
Sabrina playing?
Everybody playing.
Sabrina playing?
I think everybody playing except for Sabrina and Asia as of right now.
So I don't think Caitlin Clark playing. That's their top three athletes for Nike. Sabrina, Asia, and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, but I think Asia didn't want to play.
If Nike got to say one ain't playing without the other.
Asia said she's playing next year, but she's not playing this year.
Asia.
Next year, but she's not playing this
year. Asia, Sabrina, and Caitlin Clark making enough money. They don't need to play. A lot of these players playing because they need to play.
Angel don't need it either.
Angel don't need to play. She probably one person that don't need to play out of anybody.
Yeah, she got more endorsement deals than both of them combined.
But hold on. But Angel don't need to play either, but she's in it.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
That's our whole argument. We don't want her to play.
Yeah, I think Angel is playing for other reasons than money. She's not playing for money.
Yeah, she's getting ready. She want to get ready for next season, but you know, I think she feels like I get what you're saying, K-Sab. It's a risk.
I think Angel feels like this is what she needs to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
And I believe that Unrivaled probably got insurance on everybody. So if they get hurt, they will have a big pay.
Well, no, that's not the issue. The issue is her not playing next year at the WNBA season. Anything that jeopardizes her season would be disastrous, really, because that team goes as Angel goes. Even if they get Olivia Miles, the leader of that team is Big Mama.
Of course, I ain't arguing with that.
Yeah, and if they lose Big Mama, it's gonna be tough.
When she got hurt, they stopped coming.
She already bionic, you know what I'm saying? She already got a plate in the.
Yeah, she got a big rod in her leg already as it is.
Yeah. Somebody said Camilla had big numbers overseas today.
Yeah, she playing China. She has been balling out, but you know, the Chinese, they got some big people. But most of them are like 5'5".
They need to eat some more rice.
We say I eat some more rice.
They need to eat some more rice.
I think Camilla should have played in Europe. I know China pays a lot of money, but she should have played. She needs to play against bigs.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, yes and no, right? So the thing that Camilla needs, in my opinion, is she needs to. So Camilla been used to her size and athleticism being the difference, right?
Yeah.
What Camilla needs is footwork, and a mid-range game. Yeah.
That's why I say she need to play in Europe, because she would play against bigs where she would need footwork to get around them to make buckets.
I want Camilla to shoot the three. I want her to start shooting the three ball.
But I think like starting out as a rookie and as a young player, I don't mind her going to China where, like, all right, she can get the experience of using footwork against smaller players or players that she can also dominate with physicality, but it's on her to utilize the finesse and the technique over her size and athleticism.
With all due respect, there's not a big in China that can match up with Jonquel Jones. She's gonna be going against Jonquel Jones on the regular. I need her to go against the bigs in Europe that are close to like Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones is not Chinese.
Jonquel Jones is in China.
She's a Loch Ness monster.
You ain't lying, and you got to go through her in order to get to a championship.
Yeah,
her in the New York Liberty.
Exactly.
Jonquel Jones is playing in China.
Okay, so I agree with you.
She also plays for the New York Liberty, and she's already established as the number one pure 5 in the WNBA. So she can play in China. Camilla is a rookie. Camilla is a rookie. She needs to go against them big Europeans.
Mm-hmm. Get pushed around a lot.
From the Soviet Union and Germany and stuff like that. Yeah. Czechoslovakia.
What was you saying, Duval?
What I was gonna say is she need to learn how to shoot. So when if you get Olivia Miles, you can run that pick and pop off.
That's what I'm saying, man. I need them bigs to shoot.
Yeah, so that it'll open up the floor. That's why Angel learned how to shoot herself. She learned how to shoot the fadeaway as well. So
and just like Brass Tack said, man, he made a good point when he talking about Jonquel Jones. It goes through Jonquel Jones. She's the champion, right? But you got to understand something. Jonquel Jones is the Loch Ness Monster. And the Loch Ness Monster, she can extend her game out to the 3-point range. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got to just be in the paint. But when she goes down in the paint, she knows how to barbecue chicken, you like Shaq say. The thing about it is now you got to pick your poison. Because if she's out on that 3-point line, she got a slow release like Bill Cartwright.
It goes in.
She be knocking it down. And that's what I was talking about, the bigs from Chicago. And that's why I'm thinking Olivia Miles can make that team go. If them bigs, like my boy Bro Claw said that be on my panel, if Tyler Marsh and Jeff P are looking at Michaela Onyenwere as the Swiss Army knife, where she can do it all. And then you got Angel. She's working on her game, and she's shooting the 3, right? And she's shooting the mid-range. If I got Carmilla Cardoso doing that same thing, now it's not a log jam down in that paint. You can spread the floor. Now you got your point guard. She can go to work. So the thing about Olivia Miles, she get a rebound because she's averaging 8 so far this year, right? That's a small sample size, like Bro Gad said. But at the same time, if she come down the floor, now you ain't got to expect your bigs to be in there clogging up the paint. Now you got spacing. Now your point guard can get downhill. Now she can go in there and cause confusion because if somebody steps up, now she can kick it out to her bigs for a nice little mid-range shot or even a 3-pointer.
Yeah. And Camilla, we know Camilla can shoot. Even Dawn Staley said that. They just didn't have her do it a lot because they didn't need to in South Carolina. But you see that 3-pointer she hit against Tennessee in the SEC tournament. She can shoot that. She told Camilla, shoot that SH. She said, shoot that shit.
Shot, though. That was an uncalled bank shot, though.
But look, she shot it. So she got the potential because the form was good.
Yeah, she has good form.
And then then she had the awareness of the shot clock, right?
Yeah.
To get it off, right? Yep. So what I'm saying is, if you look and go back and look at that shot against Tennessee, you go back and look at it. It was nice form.
Yep.
I don't care if she banked it, hit it off the front rim, jumped up on top of the backboard and went in. The form was nice.
I'm sorry, Camilla does not need to be shooting.
Man, stop.
Stop.
No, she does not. Bro, what she needs to work on is, look, Camilla is the kind of dominant big that you put shooting around her.
Bro, right? Gad, man,
I'm not
stop.
saying that shooting.
Jonquel Jones does it. She can do it.
She doesn't need to. Bro,
yes, she does.
Why does she need to? Angel Wilson.
Why not?
Consistently.
Why not?
She needs to elevate her game.
Yes, but why a 3-pointer? Why is the 3-pointer the first?
The same reason.
Let me tell you why.
The same reason why Jonquel does it.
Want me to tell you why?
Sean
When
Kelly,
you got a point, let me tell you why. When you got a point guard in Olivia Miles, the way she runs the floor, right? And when she runs the floor, and you've seen the way Camila Cardoso runs the floor, she's always trailing, right? So now, as a point guard, the way Olivia Miles pushes the ball, now you have no answer for a person stepping into a 3-point shot from the top of the key. We didn't seen her hit the 3-pointer from the top of the key. So if you work on your shot like that, that's giving you more opportunities. And that's what I'm saying. Just work on your 3-point shot. That availability will be there, because if you get somebody like Olivia Miles that can spread the floor, and now the paint is wide open. So now you got to pick your poison.
Right, because she don't need to shoot a ton of them.
Exactly. She just needs to sprinkle something, knock it down when the opportunity presents itself.
Jonquel Jones. They use Jonquel Jones. She can hit the 3. She's a post player, the number 1 pure 5 in the WNBA in the world at that position. But she can shoot the 3 because she's versatile. She's dangerous. That's the reason why they won the championship. She won most outstanding or MVP.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Ionescu, not Phoebish, not none of them. It was her, because she could shoot the 3 and she could take you down into the paint and back you up under the bucket. She
Brass
can do
tacks.
both.
What you got on the stove tonight? What you cooking? What you over there cooking, man?
I got me some Brogad pancakes.
Oh my goodness.
Some Gad.
Where's
some
Zoe
Gad
at?
tea.
Where's Zoe at?
Some Gad tea.
Zoe, man, you got
at.
3 people trying to come up on your panel, man. Where you at?
Who's the best? Who's the best player in the WNBA?
Asia.
Asia Wilson.
Y'all
I'm
realize
dead,
that Asia
dog.
did
I'm
not
dead,
start
K-Sap.
shooting
I'm dead.
threes in volume
See,
until this year?
I ain't say shoot them in volume. I didn't say that. I said have it available to use as a weapon. Jonquel Jones doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but when she shoots them, they go in.
John Kell shoot way more threes than Asia, though.
Hey, Brass, man, tell Zoe to get back here, man. He got people trying to get up on his panel. He dropping the ball right now.
Zoe, where you at, Zoe?
Yeah.
Prince sleep.
But to me, the best thing that Camila can do, work on your 3-point shot, but that should not be the priority. The priority is
I didn't say it was
time.
priority.
We didn't say it was priority.
But you need to shoot enough threes to keep the defense honest. That's all you need to do. Keep.
She could pull those 4s and those 5s
Thank you.
out of the paint and pop them.
Thank you. And that's going to open up Angel Reese's game even more.
Woo.
And Kennedy Carter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you got a dynamic guard in Kennedy Carter that can get downhill, she can go finish with the best of them. She can, like Sister Noble said, she got the jelly roll. Now she got the little floater and she got the pull up. Now you saying if you get Olivia Miles and she going downhill, right? Now the defense is at Olivia Miles' expense. Now you got to pick your poison. You can't let Olivia Miles go all the way in there. So when the defense steps up, who's that benefiting? That's benefiting your bigs. Now you got the defense scrambling.
And on top of that, say she pulls them out and they go out there to guard her at the 3-point line. She's a big girl that can dribble, because people don't realize this. Yeah. Camila is a pretty good dribbler. She could take you off the dribble and take you right to the rack. It only takes a couple steps. At 6'7", she can do that in 2 steps and be at that rack. If you come out on her,
biased just because I like the fact that in the WNBA the teams all play different styles, whereas like in the NBA, like most of the teams are very similar to each other. I like how the Chicago Sky play. Like I'm okay if they get guards that shoot and they have bigs that dominate on the inside. So like I guess it's just from a stylistic point of view. I don't really want to see Camila too much on the perimeter.
You don't want to see it because that'd be a problem for the Fever. That's why you don't want to see it.
That's why you don't want to see it.
Oh, no, bro. I really have no problem with a team developing, but I'm just saying. Like,
that's what Marsh does. That's what Coach Marsh does. He developed Asia. He developed Jackie Young. He developed those players to go in and out. Asia Wilson can take you under the bucket, and she can take you out to the 3 in the mid-range. That's what Camila needs to learn, and that's what Marsh is going to. He said so.
He wants shooting, so they all got to work on their shooting.
They all got to work on their shooting.
I don't know that I trust.
You have Angel Reese. If Angel Reese develops a reliable,
It ain't
jump
about
shot,
Angel
It ain't
Reese.
about Angel. I ain't worried about Angel. I am not worried about Angel. People worry too much about Angel.
That's the
Angel's
problem.
gonna be Angel. Angel gonna be just fine. She's gonna improve. She's gonna be an all-star. She's Big Mama. She's the face of that franchise. I am not worried about Angel Reese. I want Camilla to be like Jonquel Jones that can take you under the bucket and hit you from the mid-range and the three. That's what I want out of Camilla. They do that, they're a championship contender.
Definitely.
Hey, yo,
what I'm
Brad,
saying is that
hey,
it's
Brad,
more
I don't
important
think I don't know that I see Camilla as a real huge threat, dribbling and driving. But
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said I said if people if
let me finish though. Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because what I have seen is that Camilla is a good passer. And so if she can face you up and make a good pass, out of a double team, she can make a good pass off of, if she wide open and if she gets in the midi and gets a pass, catches a pass, she can either pop or she can make a good pass, good entry pass, or a cross court pass. So that's what I see.
Yeah, she's a very good passer. I agree with you there. But look at her old games with with South Carolina. I'm telling you, Dawn Staley knows her players. She said Camilla hasn't even scratched the surface of her potential. She can dribble. She can take you off the dribble if she draws you out the paint. She can put the ball on the floor. Now, if she gets doubled, you're right. She will pass the ball to either Angel or Kennedy or Michaela. She can pass. She's matter of fact, I think Camilla's, even at her young age, is one of the best passers out of the paint or from a big standpoint in the WNBA. She is a very good passer. She's almost as good as a point guard as far as passes.
I want everybody to get their plate and whatever they drinking on for is their cup of water or their nice thing of juice. Cause bro Gal finna get cooked, y'all. Y'all ready? y'all go ahead. Get your forks and knives out. I'm up here with my main man.
Hey, yo, Prince, you there? Bro Claw, what up, baby? Yo, Prince, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm doing something. I'm here.
Really quick.
Where you been at, man?
Where you been at?
Let me say this really quick. Hold on, Prince. Let me say this really quick. Whenever you want to play it, you could play it. I posted the video I was talking about the off season. It's on Instagram. It's in your Instagram message.
All right.
Yeah, so you could play it whenever you want, so everybody can see how it works with the season. Yeah, everybody.
I'm gonna let Bo Clark get off, then I'm gonna play it.
Okay, get your forks out, y'all. Go listen.
Why everybody become so broke? Yeah.
What you said, that soliloquy you said was diabolical. See, diabolical and devilish is two different things. See, devilish, you just doing dumb devil shit. The other stuff is diabolical. That means it had a brain to it. So check this out. When you don't have a lane clog for a Kennedy Carter or Miss Olivia Miles, which love to drive, also both of those 1 and 2 love to go into the paint whenever it's convenient. When you have a big that can go out, spread the floor, either one of your bigs, you mean your 3 and your 4, because once again, y'all, he said that he want a lot of shots going up, a lot of scoring being done. You ain't doing a lot of scoring only in one position. That means he don't care about just scoring in the paint. He wants to be scoring in mid-range. He wants to be scoring in threes. So guess what, brother Gal? That means that the bigs has to come out. They have to learn how to facilitate the ball. And not only he going to have Angel facilitate the ball, Camilla already naturally at South Carolina, she was already distributing the ball as one of the bigs in college of putting a good court vision of what's happening. So what I'm saying to you is it'll be diabolical going against Jonquel Jones, which is the top center in the WNBA that she has to develop. You have a model, you have a certain type of model citizen in any league. And Jonquel Jones is a model citizen. She's big, she's thick, she can score under the rim, she can shoot a mid-range, and she can also hit a three. That means that's a model citizen.
Wow.
She should be following up behind, not somebody that's going to sit there, oh, throw me the ball, I'll cook you here. No, what she needs to do is develop that three-point shot, which she already took Tennessee out with that three. We all know that she can be clutch when clutch time comes.
Yeah,
So once she develops that assurity, because she ain't got to develop the shot is already there. We'd have seen her already take Tennessee out, so the shot is there. So once she discover that confidence to do it, it's going to be done. So for you to say you don't want, well, we don't give a damn about what you want, because what's going to happen?
Hold on. Let Brooklyn go. Let Brooklyn finish. Let the plane, Brooklyn.
You finna see Angel Reese bring the ball up, you know what I'm saying? Like she Draymond Green, and then you're gonna see that corner gonna open all the way up. That box gonna go to the 3-point line. You're gonna have Camilla right there, and then you're gonna have Kennedy Carter doing that slant that she do and she love to do. Go up in there to that lane and lay that boy up juicy with that wiggle. You know, that jelly roll.
Really quick, I didn't see her. Let me just say one thing really quick. I just want to say hello to Sister Noble. Hey, Sister Noble.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm just here.
Bro Claude.
We in Zoe Media right now. Go ahead.
Bro Claude.
See, Bro Claude, I done rubbed off on you, man.
Question real quick, right? When you see Jonquel shoot a three, right?
Okay.
How many inches does she have on the player in front of her?
Same as Camilla.
Oh.
No, she doesn't, bro. Because Jonquel don't shoot three. Hold on. Jonquel Jones does not shoot threes over Camilla-sized centers. All right? It is almost always a mismatch because of how huge Jonquel is.
She don't shoot over nobody because they don't expect her to shoot it out the three, so they're not guarding her.
Thank you.
Hold on, guys, let me finish. Basketball is about mismatches. You're talking about taking bigs out of the paint.
That's the ultimate mismatch when you ain't got nobody guarding you. If you all by yourself behind the three and they say go ahead and shoot it, and you shoot it and it goes in, then basketball is also a simple game. If you wide open, shoot it.
Obviously, if you're wide open, shoot the three. You are talking about adding the three as a material part of her game to make it expand. I'm saying if I'm looking at Camilla can be a 20 and 10 player just by adding post moves. That's it. I'm not saying
that's true.
Don't add the three at all. I'm not saying don't shoot open threes.
And we're not saying shoot 5 to 6 times. We're not saying shoot 10 threes a game. We're not saying put it up like you UNESCO or you Caitlin Clark. We're not saying that. We're not saying she should be shooting like Caitlin Clark or shooting like who's the 3-point shooter for Minnesota? Shooting up to 10 threes a game. We're not saying that. We're just saying add it to her repertoire in certain matchups. When people leave her alone at the three, she can hit it consistently. Because Olivia Miles right now is at 47% from the three, but she's only shooting 1.6 on average per game.
All right, hold on. But here's the thing: the difference. You want to know the difference between Olivia Miles and Camilla? Olivia Miles is a guard. She has to shoot.
No, she don't. No, she don't.
Hold on. This is what I want to. Hold on, once, bro, Gad. This is what I want to say to you because I forgot to get to this. When you said that Olivia Miles' scoring is not going to translate to the WNBA, she's a bona fide scorer. Her thing was. Hold up. You said that earlier in the show. The tape don't lie.
That it's not going to translate as quickly. It's not
What
gonna
you mean?
translate
She's
as
a bona fide scorer, and she don't get all her points by shooting threes because what's the knock on her? She can't shoot the outside shot. So what does she do? She gets downhill, she gets to the paint, and she scores. The first step, once she gets you exact, she got a mid-range game, and once she hits you with that first step and puts you on that hip and hits you with that and she's already there.
Yo, stop. When I say that Olivia Miles' scoring will not translate directly, I mean that if she's averaging 19 points a game in college, right now, she's not going to average 19 points a game in her first year in the WNBA.
Oh, yes, she will.
What you
because they're going to be
basing
worried
that
about
on?
Angel.
This is what's
and
happening.
they're going to be worried about Kennedy.
This is what Bro Gad is doing. This is what's happening. He's basing that off of Caitlin Clark's struggles. That's what he's doing.
No. This is the problem. This is the problem. Y'all do this all the time. There is a history of the guards that precedes Caitlin Clark. It has nothing to do with this year, bro. It has nothing to do with this year. We have seen everyone from Sabrina Ionescu. We have seen Kelsey Plum. We have seen Skylar.
But she's bigger than them.
But the thing about it is, the players that you're talking about, they 3-point shooters. Olivia Miles gets hers in the paint.
Guys, let me talk. Every single guard, and Brooklyn knows this because Brooklyn has done the research.
Point guard.
Every single guard.
Point guard.
In the WNBA.
Point guard. Not any guard. Point guard. Let's be specific. Let's be specific because those are two different positions.
They come into the league and their scoring does not immediately translate.
All right, let me chime in because I do agree with Bro God, but I think the way he's explaining it, it sounds like hate. So I mean, everybody knows no matter what rookie you are, you got to translate to a new league. So yes, that's what he's saying. She's got to translate. But what they trying to explain to you, Bro God, which they make sense, is that the way she plays, even if her points per game goes down by 2 points, right? She goes from 19 to 17. She's not gonna struggle scoring. Like the way she plays her game, her game, she's like a Paige Beckers. We're not worried about Paige Becker scoring. Why? Because they have every tool in the tool bag. It's not like, for instance, and I'm not trying to compare them, but the reason why Caitlin Clark struggle is because she has two things that she does great. You take those two things away, and now she got to adjust. She's a 3-point shooter, and she gets to the rim. Right? You take those two things away. Hold on. You take those two things away, she don't really go to nothing else. Olivia Miles is going to go to the basket. She got a mid-range. She got a floater. The knock on her was, can she shoot the three? And she's showing you right now, oh, I can do that too. So that's what they're trying to tell you. She's not going to have an issue with scoring. Is she going to go through rookie pains? Yes, every rookie goes through them. She's going to have some bad games. There's going to be times where she's going to struggle. Whatever. Every rookie goes through that. But as far as her, she's going to translate. Her game translates well to the WNBA is what everybody's trying to tell you. But you're trying to say in the wrong wording is that she's going to have rookie pains. Like, yes, all rookies go through the growing pain.
I would be willing to bet, right, that Olivia Miles can average something like anywhere between 8 and 9 assists in her first season. Or even 10. She might even average 10, depending on how well she gels with the rest of the team. And at the same time, she's not going to average more than 12 points a game.
I'm going to tell you why it's hard to say that. Hold on. I'm going to tell you why it's hard to say that. Hold on. Let me tell you this before Prince jump on you, because Prince played the game, right? Prince played the game. So let me tell you this before he jump on you. So
what's up, Prince?
You got to realize just getting assists, like you can't really say how much assists. You can't realize how you can't really determine how much assists a player is gonna get, right? Because assists don't necessarily make you a good PG, first of all, right? And you put it to you like this: Olivia Miles can make the perfect pass, right? But just because it's the perfect pass, that don't mean she might get an assist off that possession. So the way she plays, she's a playmaker. She might not. We don't know what her assist is going to determine how the team is going. If the team is going, the reason, for instance, Caitlin Clark. The reason why Caitlin Clark got so many assists is because that's offense is a transition offense. So most of her passes led to a bucket. That's why she got assists, but that don't necessarily make her a playmaker. You get what I'm saying? Olivia Miles is a playmaker. She's gonna make the play that she might not get the assist off that, but it's gonna be the right play for the team. You get what I'm saying?
I feel
plus she has.
If we're talking about inside out game, and the majority of her passes are feeding bigs. Those are passes to finishers. Those are not passes just to.
But she's way better than that, is what I'm saying. And my point is, you can't determine just assists off her game. She's gonna make the offense better. She's not just gonna get assists, if that makes sense.
I 100% agree with you, Brooklyn. But I'm saying right now, because of the way in which Chicago wants to play, she's gonna rack up a ton of assists.
She don't know.
We gotta see the play style.
That's the old. Hey, listen, I'm gonna make it even more plain.
Listen.
I'm making it even more plain.
We gotta get past this right here, because that's the old scheme, brother Gab. The old scheme was how they played last year. The new scheme is to put points on the board. Fast moving, taller, bigger, stronger. So you want quick, stronger, bigger, taller. This is what he wants. He want a fluid offense. How can you make a fluid offense if everyone else, Prince know this, if everyone else can do kind of what you can do? If you can do kind of, if everybody else has their specialty and qualities of what they do, that's why I love Minnesota so much. If everybody can just do a little bit of what they do and be accountable for what they're expected to do, you're going to always have a winning team, because the load is lighter. The load is lighter. So when the load is lighter, bro, man, look at Boston. Boston, the load was lighter. The load is lighter on Brown. The load is lighter on those brothers.
And that's why they're kicking Cleveland's behind 82-69 right now in the third quarter. But go ahead.
Oh yeah.
That's my source.
Oh yeah, but even in Cleveland though, the load is lighter. You got Donovan Mitchell, then you got Donius. You got what I'm saying? You got those two bigs that's on the inside, bro. The load is lighter. You got a lighter load. You dig what I'm saying? When you got everybody can do what they do, but then they also can pull the defense out. So therefore, bro, Gab, he's not playing the game of old. You have to understand, different type of coach. I told you, bro, Gab, you can bear witness. I know we talked about this on the panel before, on KSAF's panel, that Onyenwere was going to be way before it was even called. I said Onyenwere was going to be his project. So then you got a big body in your point guard, because she's a big body with a quick first step. So Olivia Miles, not just that she has a quick first step and she's a big body, she has court awareness. By having court awareness, she just proved that she can hit the three. Kennedy Carter just lit y'all ass up to let you know that she can also shoot the three. She could do that jigga jelly roll. She could do the wicked what K-Sap was talking about. And of course, Angel could bring that ball up from time to time. So with Angel bringing the ball up time to time, you got three people on the court at all times, and most of the time that can bring the whole game, that can bring that ball up that court, see what's going on the offense, and still be able to get Camilla that ball. So I believe that Camilla points going to go up. Yeah, sure. Is she going to have more attention? Yes, I believe so. But Elizabeth is also there who can finish around that rim. Also and hit a mid-range. So she's the veteran there. So I know that what he's doing, he's not doing the same offense that Spoon is doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the panel.
Hold on, real quick, bro, guy. Hold up, real quick. Cleveland 74, Boston 82. Cleveland's coming back. Go ahead.
Let me say this, bro, before you jump in, because I got two quick points on what Brogad, Claw said, and against what you just said. So two things. Number one, yeah, Olivia Miles' points may go down. Right now she averaging 18. Maybe it drops to 16 over the course of over the course of the year. When she gets to Chicago, if we get her,
82-76. Go ahead.
if we get her, we don't need Olivia Miles to average 18 and 10. We need Olivia Miles to
That's
average
true.
maybe 10
That's
to
true.
13 and 6.
That's right.
Perfect. That's
Yep.
perfect, dude.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
Yep.
Now, and going back to what you said about Jonquel Jones versus shooting threes versus Camila Cardoso shooting threes. You said Jonquel Jones ain't shooting threes over, big bodies, right? Well, guess what, man? You got BG. You got BG, 6'9", right? The tallest player. That's the tallest player in the league, right? Jonquel is 6'7", 6'8", right?
Yep.
The Asian girl in LA.
Yeah, right. So and then you got Kalani Brown, you got Tierra McCowan, and you got Camila Cardoso. They 6'7", right? They're one of the biggest people in the league, dog. And so if you got Jonquel Jones that can pop out and get a shot off before even the tallest players in the league that will be playing against her, if she can pop that shot before they can get to her, buckets. So if Camila can pop her shot and shoot it with any kind of consistency, if she can shoot 30%, 35%, that's enough to spread the floor. So you don't need her to be shooting 6 threes a game. You need her to shoot 1 or 2 and have one of them. And that spreads the floor. All you need is for her to show that she can at times hit that 3. It's not the same as freaking Kia Stokes shooting 3 out, a corner 3. Don't nobody expect Kia Stokes to hit that shot. She's gonna hit that shot 1 in a million times. That's not gonna hurt you. But if you can hit that with any kind of consistency, if you can hit a third of those 3-pointers as Camila, that's good enough. Nobody's saying that either one of them have to be perfect. They just need to be good enough to bring the load down, just like Bro Claude said. You lighten the load for everybody.
Okay. All right. 2 things, quick, right? Camilla's working on. She's working overseas. She's got an off season. I'm looking at trends. I gotta be honest with you guys, right? I know it's gonna come off like hate because I am not a Chicago Sky fan. Y'all know that.
You're not no hater.
Y'all are taking very, very small sample, like really small sample sizes, and drawing these really huge conclusions. And to me, it seems just a little unrealistic. It just seems a little unrealistic because that's not how you analyze basketball. You don't.
Nobody's drawing conclusions.
Sample sizes.
No conclusions.
And draw these. Okay. So with respect to Camila, I'll tell you this: if Camila can shoot 30% from 3 next year, that would be great. That would be great. Like you're talking about 35%. As a big who is not comfortable shooting the 3 right now, if Camila could shoot 30% next year, that would be amazing. And if you expect more than that in her second year as a rookie big in the league, I think you're placing an unrealistic expectation, unless you think that Camila is destined to be one of the greatest bigs ever, period, even better than John Kell.
Dawn Staley said that she could. Dawn Staley said that she could. Dawn Staley, not John from up the street, not Jack from across the way in the projects, not Miss Willie sitting on the porch. Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley said she could.
Yo, bro, guy, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, bro, guy.
Yeah, go ahead. And when you ask me that, then I'm gonna talk about Olivia Miles. Go ahead.
All right. Let me ask you a question. Yeah. You cool with Aaliyah Boston shooting 3s?
I'm cool with her trying. She shot less than 30% this year, but I'm cool with her trying.
But what I'm saying is she shoot 3s, and I think nobody complains about that. So, like, what's the difference between her and Camila?
This was Aaliyah Boston's first year trying to shoot 3s in volume, and it went about as well as you expected. I think she was like around 27%. It was not like a huge leap in her game, but it was necessary because of the style of offense that the Fever play because of Caitlin Clark. If it was any other point guard, I would not have wanted to see her out on the perimeter like that.
But didn't she win a couple games or put you in a position to win a couple games by making a three?
It was one game, and that was against the Chicago Sky. I remember that one.
Thank God she shot the three, right?
Bro, that's what I'm talking about. It's a small sample size. Like I would expect her to approve a little bit.
But that's all. But bro, God, I think what you missing is that's all we saying. That's all Brass keeps saying it to you. Brass keeps telling you that all we and B Will just said it as well. All we need for her to do is just shoot it if it's an open shot. We don't want it to be the go-to shot. The go-to shot we want her to shoot under the basket. But if she happens to be open in the floor space, just like what bro Claude said, like she did against Tennessee, because what if she didn't shoot that shot against Tennessee?
They would have lost.
You get what I'm saying? So we just want her to be comfortable. If you open, shoot it.
The play wasn't even ran for her in that Tennessee game. Dawn said that at the end. It was ran.
Say shoot that shit.
Thank you, because they ran it for somebody else, but the defense collapsed on that person. So Dawn told her, shoot that shit, Camilla, and she did. The rest is history.
And if you look at her form, Camilla could shoot the ball. Regardless from where she shoot from, she can shoot the ball.
Have you seen her shoot free throws? She's one of the best free throw shooters at her size on planet Earth.
Listen, yes.
Camilla is a great mid-range shooter. I've seen her
She's a good shooter, period. It's just that she didn't have a point guard to facilitate her shooting it.
In this year.
Hold on. Kennedy Carter is a great shooter from the mid-range. She's a great free throw shooter. But at the same time, Kennedy Carter, who has way more pro experience, doesn't really shoot the three like that.
Yeah, but she shot the three before. You got to realize sometimes players don't do something because they comfortable. If I know I could beat you this way every time, I'm gonna do that. But that doesn't mean they can't. So Kennedy Carter could shoot the three. She just last year she didn't because she was so efficient at what she was doing. But if you look at previous years, she shot the three at a higher clip.
Listen.
In the college and the NBA.
Kennedy likes to attack the basket because she's the fastest player in the WNBA. I repeat, she's the fastest player in the WNBA. I'll say it a third time. She's the fastest player on the dribble in the world. If she don't have to shoot a three, she'll go around you and get the and one. Kennedy likes to play like that because she's aggressive. That's her mindset. She doesn't like finesse. She's not a finesse player. She's a warrior. She likes taking the ball to the bucket. If she has to, she'll shoot the mid range. But Kennedy is a dog. She want to mix it up with you. She want to get in the paint.
But
look, hold on, bro, got really quick to your point.
Let me just agree with Brass Stats.
All right, go ahead.
Let me just agree with Brass Stats. Kennedy knows her strengths, and Kennedy plays to her strengths. And you're 100% right. If she doesn't have to shoot a three, she doesn't do it.
But bro, God, you making our point because look, bro, God, you making our point. You just said that she doesn't have to shoot the three. She doesn't do it. She's super efficient in the mid-range, getting to the basket. But when we played we lost the game because Asia, whatever happened on the defensive end. But Kennedy Carter made 2 big threes back to back, right? The person who said don't shoot threes. She made 2 big threes back to back to put us in a position to win the game. So to your point, she goes to what she's comfortable with, right? But when we needed it, she went and shot 2 threes back to back confidently and knocked them down.
Yep, she can shoot.
All right, so I'll leave you guys with that one. Now, in terms of Olivia Miles, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys talking about how she might average 16 points.
No.
Oh no, I'm not.
I don't know why anybody talk about what somebody gonna average. We don't know. That's what I said. We don't know.
Oh, I'm not predicting that.
Hold on. It's a good 8 to 13 points. 8, 12. 8 and 12. She could do that on average.
No, I think she can do that.
That's plenty enough. That's plenty enough. When you got Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso, Kennedy Carter, and Onyenwere, and whoever else they get that can shoot that they're going to get in free agency or in the draft. That's all we need is 8 to 12.
Now think about this, bro, Gab. He
But
said,
hold on, wait. Let me finish the point.
I'm finna just give it to you. Wait.
All right.
He said, he quoted, KSAP and Brooklyn could beg me up, and Sister Noble, I don't know if she saw the clip. He said that he has given Michaela the green light to shoot as much, and he's gonna personally take her on with her shooting and 3-point shots. He wants her to put up more shots than what she averaging. So that means if she's going to put up more shots than what she's averaging, he's going to work on her sufficiency, you know what I mean, of making those shots. That means where they going to be shooting an average from 3 to 6 3-pointers a game. That's what he said. He said it in public. He's giving her the green light to shoot. So now what you gonna do with that, bro?
Well, hold on. I actually think that making Onyenwere an off-ball scorer is one of the best things that the Sky can do. Which is why, like, there's one ball and there's 5 players. Now, I don't know who you guys think the most, like, the focal point should be. I think the focal point should be Camilla. That's my opinion. If that you can disagree, I understand if you disagree, but I think the focal point should be Camilla. I think
I agree.
I think Angel can do a hell of a lot just by banging on the boards and working on her mid-range, right? And obviously Kennedy is going to do what she does. To my mind, Kennedy's main role is she can get a bucket at any time. She can score even when the offense breaks down. She doesn't necessarily have to operate in the flow of the offense. I think the offense needs to actively engage Camilla first, Angel second, and Kennedy is going to get her points because that's just what Kennedy does. Michaela Onyenwere is the one who's probably going to benefit the most after Camilla from a point guard like Olivia Miles, because this is the weakness I see in Michaela's game. She's not really someone who can break you down off the dribble.
Well, Coach Mars sees Onyenwere like he did Jackie Young.
That's right.
She's going to play a Jackie Young. She's going to be his Jackie Young for the Chicago Sky. That's what he's training her to be.
I understand that, but when you look at the 2 players, Jackie Young's handle as a rookie coming into the league, right, and developing along these years was still more advanced. What she didn't really have was the shot. And what I'm saying is the difference between someone like Jackie Young, who let's not forget, she came in as a number 1 pick, all right? The difference between her and someone like Michaela is that she has a certain skill set that Michaela still needs to develop. Michaela does not.
And that's what Tyler Marsh specializes in, player development.
Bro, you can say, look, what I'm saying is that Michaela has a lower baseline than Jackie Young. Is that a fair comment? Is that a fair comment?
I don't know. I think Onyenwere hasn't had the kind of coaching like Tyler Marsh either. I don't think she had the kind of coaching that Jackie Young has had either.
But what I'm saying is that Jackie Young came in as seen as a phenomenal talent. Michaela didn't come in the league like that.
Listen, hold on. First of all, when Teaspoon peeped it, because Teaspoon caught on to Michaela at the end of the year. When Teaspoon saw that Michaela can go off the dribble and take a, for lack of terms, take a sucker. When she saw she could take a sucker records, when she saw that, she said, "Oh no, you do that," and you saw her points, even in the game, went up because she can take you off the dribble. No, she's not as quick, bro, Gal. I'm not saying that, but she can. Her dribbling skills is good enough. She can put the ball in front or on the side of her, and she knows how to keep someone on her hip to go to the basket. You think what I'm saying? That's the whole skill. You know, Prince back on you, but that's the whole scheme of things. When you're you know what I mean, you're a mid-size or a small, you want to put them in your pocket. That's what we call that. Put them in your pocket, go to that basket and put it up there. And Michaela is capable of do that. to do that.
And when we say that she's going to play that role, we're not saying she's going to play that role as good as Jackie Young. We're saying that she's going to play that role, and she has the ability to play that role. We're not saying that she's going to be as good as Jackie Young plays the role.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen. Prince, you know, I said this yesterday. Michaela got that Benaja Laney Hamilton upside. That's what I think. That's who I think Michaela is. She's not Jackie Young. She Benaja. She got Benaja potential, and we see what Benaja does for New York. She don't have to be the star. She just needs to be a solid role player that can do what she needs to do for the team.
And isn't Michaela a young player? Ain't she like 23 or something like that?
No. Michaela been in the league for like 3-4 years.
She turned 24 next year.
Thank you. That's what I thought. I thought she was young. Yeah. I thought she was young. So she about the same age as
Michaela just made 25.
Oh, she's 25.
Yeah, her birthday was August 10th.
Oh, okay. That's still young. So she's in her prime, basically, or just reaching it. And that ain't Jackie Young about that age? I think Jackie Young's about.
Jackie Young's like not 5 years, but 4 years.
Jackie Young is 27. Her birthday.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
5 years.
There you go. There you go. But but you know, the bottom line is we're like we said earlier, we don't know what this gym what the other teams are gonna do, what's over in Europe that could get that could throw this draft, you know, into a tizzy. I just hope that Olivia Miles drops to Chicago. That's all I'm concerned about. Now,
Hey,
like
K-Sab, I don't know if you seen you had a super chat, man. Like that's from your channel.
I probably saw it, but I probably didn't see it.
Want to make sure. Want to make sure you shouted out your super chats, man.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, but like Zoe said though, dang, I lost my train of thought. Oh, when he was talking about everything going into when you never know what's going to happen, and he's going to go over the other players that play that position, because we all know that sometimes as the season goes on in the NCAA, other players emerge. I'll give you an example. K-Sap, I saw South Carolina play East Carolina. East Carolina got this girl. I forget her name. They call her Way or so. They got a nickname for. I forget her name, but they were saying during the whole broadcast she looked like a pro player. She plays for East Carolina and she's a senior, and she scored 21 on South Carolina the other day. She popped 21 on them, and she was hitting the mid range.
You said she a guard?
No, she like a forward. She like Anissa Morrow. She's about Anissa Morrow's size, but she can shoot. And she busted 21 on South Carolina the other day.
So
from East Carolina. So my point is, you never know what players might come from a smaller school, a smaller conference. You never know who might jump up on the draft boards. You never know.
Well, you know my hopefuls. I know I ain't bringing on this panel. Hey Prince, check it out. I said if we able to grab Olivia Miles, which if we able, I don't know. You know the second pick. I don't know what the Lakers do, but I said these three players for sure.
You mean the Sparks, not the Lakers?
I mean the Sparks. My bad. Pow, right? Ozzie Fudd, right?
Yeah.
And then Azza Civica, you know, old girl, she got a serious J on her. She got a serious, put it down with two, you know what I mean, cross J. You dig what I'm saying? The white girl can play. She can play. So
They also talking about Georgia Amore for Kentucky. She's got a pretty smooth shot. They talk about her a lot too. She's a point guard. She from Australia.
I won't do it to Prince, but you know what I mean. I'm rubbing my chest with some jelly and some honey for pow pow.
Man, you twerking it up. They already said you twerking it up.
Yo, really quick. Really quick. I just want to ask Bro got a quick question because I know he a Fever fan. We've been talking a lot about Chicago. Who you think the Fever should go get with that first round, with their first round pick, Bro guy, since you were a fan of the Fever?
First round pick.
And what pick do y'all have? 6?
8.
7? I got 8.
Mm-hmm.
Who you think you should get at 8?
No, they got the 7 pick. I think they got the 8 pick. I think they got the 8 pick.
Yeah. I like the idea of Anissa Morrow.
At 8, Anissa Morrow with the Fever. I never thought about that. That's interesting. Especially
that's what I got because she can replace Thomas.
With Angel and Anissa being so close, that'll be interesting too.
Brass tag. Hold on, real quick. Brass tags. Hold on. You talking about Amaya Joyner?
Yes.
Yeah, she dropped 25.
I just looked it up. Yeah,
she dropped 25.
6'2". She's 6'2".
There you go.
Yeah.
And she, K-Sab, look at the highlights of that game.
I'm South Carolina.
She can ball, bro.
Yeah.
She was the only baller on her team because East Carolina's not any good, but she put in work.
She only a junior too.
So I think she's old enough to come out, though. I think she's old enough to come out.
When y'all see these,
but you got to be what, 21 or something?
You got to be 22 going into the draft.
Listen, when y'all see these sleepers, because I had my brother Mo 3 bring up this girl Destiny from Syracuse. You bringing up Joyner from East Carolina. Is it Rutgers? Okay, maybe it's Rutgers.
Yeah,
maybe it's Rutgers then. But my point is saying is this is just my advice. Y'all do what y'all want, right? This is my advice. When y'all start seeing these players that's coming out of nowhere, be careful because what happens is a lot of these players, and this girl that K-Sab just mentioned, she's a junior. So with her, you got to watch her in the big games. We got to see. Listen, anybody can score big numbers. Like you said, she did that against South Carolina. So that's good for her. Yeah. But we got to continue to watch her against big games to see if she's a real deal. And then the same thing about the girl from Rutgers that Mo 3 likes. She's a senior and she hasn't been playing like this her first 3 years. So again, we got to watch her against these big games to see, is this just happening because you comfortable now? You a senior, you taking advantage of smaller girls, or did you really come into your own? And is this something that we need to watch for? Right. So that's all I'm saying. Be careful with fool's gold is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you. Rutgers is in the Big Ten, so she's gonna get plenty of competition, including Maryland, Ohio State.
So we're gonna see what she built like.
USC. So we're gonna see.
Hey, I got two things to say, man. This Ozzy Fun thing.
I don't Brooklyn.
And look, I'm probably one of the only people. Hold on, bro, guy. I'm probably one of the only people who gonna say this. Ozzy Fudd is overrated. She getting a lot of high school accolade credit. She stays injured. She's a horrible shot taker. She doesn't pass the ball. Like Ozzy Fudd, how many of y'all? I'm about to shock y'all with this. Don't you know she only averaged 1 assist for her career? Ozzy Fudd is a horrible shot taker. She doesn't play defense. She doesn't pass the ball. She's a horrible 3-point shooter. I mean, a horrible 3-point shooter. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know what this Ozzy Fudd love be. She's so overrated. I see her. She is not no top 10 pick. Like, I'm sorry.
But she can't take it to the hoop.
Well, I will say this. Don't judge her. Hey, yo.
Anybody is college. If you in college, I get tired of people overrating people that can score a bucket. If you're in college, you're good. At 35, I can still go walk on somebody's court right now and score 40 on your average person because the game is faster for me. If you can, Prince, just because you can make a layup, don't mean you a top 10 pick. We be trying to cherry pick with her because she could go drive to the lane. She had a good game here. Her overall game is horrible. Ozzy Floyd is a
I will
horrible
say this.
WNBA transition player. She
Yeah,
would be
you see,
horrible
Prince,
in
Prince,
professional
co-sign real quick.
basketball.
what you saying, Prince, is she more systematic? That's what you're trying to say.
Prince.
She's just a rotation player off your bench. That's not a top 10 pick. That is a second round pick.
Hey, bro, God and bro, Claw, I'm gonna let
Wait,
y'all
hold
go.
on,
I'm gonna go after y'all.
Prince,
I got something to say after y'all go. Go ahead.
Prince, I need a co-sign real quick. Prince, I told them that Izzy Fudd, she's a decent shooter, but that the rest of her game needs polish. And I got lit up. On KSAP's panel. They told me that I was talking trash.
Not me. I said no, not me.
I said that Izzy Fudd looks lost when Paige Beckers.
We didn't even really say too much about Asia Fudd.
Too much about AZ Fudd because
So I don't know what you're talking about, bro, Gad.
Nah, bro. Nah, I'm not gonna let y'all rewrite history. I'm not gonna let y'all rewrite history.
I'm gonna go back and look at the tape because we didn't say. Hey, Zoe, we didn't say nothing about Asia Fudd.
She was like the least talked about, but what I did say,
You said that while you was sipping on them Mai Tais.
right.
Cut that out.
So what I did say, Prince, is that I would love Pow Pow to come to the crib. You dig what I'm saying? I would love for her, but most likely,
He twerking it for Pow Pow, boy.
right, they shot me down. You know what I mean? They shot me down. Say she gonna be.
I like Pow Pow at number 10. Claude, I'm with you, bro, Claude.
That's what we said. He talked about she gonna go top 3.
No.
Well, listen.
All right, so let me respond back to the AZ Fudd thing though. We all want Pow Pow.
I just saw rating on Pow Pow right now. I showed it to KSAP. I just
A mock draft got her going 4 to the Washington
Mystics.
Mystics.
Got her going 4. Like three mock draft got her going 4 right now. But
I mean, like Zoe said, we all guessing. We don't know. We don't know where anybody gonna go. But listen to the AZ Fudd thing.
Say that again. GMs get fired next year.
Zoe, say that again.
Somebody get fired.
So listen to the AZ Fudd thing, right? I can't really defend it because she hasn't been playing. All right. So I'm not mad at nobody for thinking that she's, she washed up, she's not good, yada, 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 right? But what I will say is the numbers, the reason why she might look like a bad shooter is because the numbers is showing how she shot the year she was injured, right? She only really had one healthy season. And I don't even know, again, this is before I came, pause. I don't even know if she was healthy for the whole season, right? So if you look at how she came into college, her shooting, she was one of the best shooters coming from high school into college. Now, when she got into college, she's been hurt a lot. So again, I'm not mad at nobody for thinking that she's overrated. She's not good. I disagree with that assessment. I don't think she's a project. I do think her offensive game, now, I don't think she does give you nothing for the defense, but her offensive game, I do think is a polished game, and I do think she's one of the top shooters in the country. But if you look at her numbers from the years where she got hurt, where she didn't finish the year, that's where her numbers don't look so good. So that's what I'm saying. Be careful looking at those numbers because that's not a good assessment. But at the same time, I can't even argue it because she ain't been on the floor.
What I'm saying,
I'm not looking at no numbers. I'm looking at how she plays. It's a reason that he be pulling her.
Well, if we talking about
Gino keep pulling her in and out the lineup. She is horrible against good teams. Like horrible.
So we talking about how she plays, then she's an elite shooter, bro. Like if we just talking about, if we not looking at no numbers and we talking about how she plays, we could pull up games and look at her. She's an elite shooter. Yes, she is, bro. Go look at her games where she dropped 30, drop high 20s, 30s. Go look at those games.
Hey, Prince. Hey, Zoe, look. Check this out, though. You can't say that she is a good systematical. I know players like you hate systematical players, and me too. I hate systematical players because it's a cover-up somewhere in there. Okay, I'm with you on that, Zoe. So I just want to be clear. But can she go into a system and play the scheme of things? I'm asking you that.
My dog.
Can she?
Look, this is my whole thing though. I'm not really bashing Ozzy Fudd. I'm bashing where people got her at. She is a second round pick at best. Like you can't be. Look, This is not the NBA. This is the WNBA. Your top 12 picks, they're supposed to be game changers. This isn't a lot of picks in the WNBA. I need people to understand that, especially the new people that's new to the WNBA. Your top 12 picks, they need to be game changers, not some around the rim, bounce around, hope the shot go in players. Mm-hmm. That's what she is. She is a ball bounce around the rim, hope it go in. She takes I'm talking about you at UConn. This is what I'm talking about, Brooklyn. She's at UConn. She's not at some Willie Nikki school where she's just taking all the shots, and if they go in, they go in. I'm looking at how she's around talented players. Every year she's been there, she's been around ball handlers, distributors, her shot taking. It's a reason Gino kept pulling her out the starting lineup. Her shot taking, she has potential, but she's a project. Her shot taking on the court with great players is horrible. She doesn't know how to run offense. She doesn't know how to fit into one. She came out of high school with too much hype and thought she was going to go to UConn and she was going to be Breanna Stewart. That's her problem.
But what I'm asking you, Zoe, is she a top tier systematical player? You know what I'm talking about now.
No, she's not.
Okay.
No.
Hey,
no. She's a microwave player. Want me to tell you who she is? She is a microwave player off the bench. You want a few buckets off the bench and the offense is stagnant, you put Ozzy in the game. And you let her go ISO. That's the type of player she is.
I agree.
That's who she is.
I'm not really impressed with her myself.
Point guard. Like as a point guard, I'm watching her play. Like,
she's not a point guard though, bro.
If you play center, I can't argue with you because that's your position. I can't tell you what you're seeing. Like if you know when I'm on panels and somebody like I played this position, I never argue with them because you played that position.
Like he a PG. I got you. Okay. But
you played that position. I'm not about to tell you what you seeing versus what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing as a point guard is I would hate to play with her.
Got you. Yo, Zoe.
She takes everybody out of the flow of the offense. The ball stops once it touches her hands. And she's not good enough to stop the ball.
All right, listen, AZ for terrible. Yo, Zoe. Nah, because we keep going over. I'm trying to talk about something different. Yo, Zoe.
What's that?
No, you forgot to play the video, the Unrivaled shit.
I couldn't pull it up on my what you call them, but I did find another video. I'm trying to get it to play. And with the Michaela thing, before y'all finish, I'm done with Michaela. With the team they trying to build, Michaela don't fit. I'm sorry. I like her as a person, but with the team they trying to build, she again. You
got a nice personality, baby, but we can't. You got a nice person. You're a nice person.
To me, Michaela got too much. I'm trying to figure it out going on, and we don't need that right now. We don't, especially if she's trying to be a starting lineup as your wing.
Go ahead, Brooke.
Like I like Michaela. If Brooke Clyde, if you tell me Michaela gonna come off the bench as my seventh option, she could stay. But if Michaela
that's more. Let me tell you my assessment. No, not starting lineup. No. So again,
if she in my I'm done. If she in my starting lineup, I'm done with her. She got too much. You can't be in my starting lineup trying to figure it out.
Right. So listen, I'm the type of person where I don't feel like I always got to give my take, right? Because we all got our opinions in here. So sometimes you gotta let people, have their space to talk. Bro Claude, he brought this up in KSAP's panel before. He know I don't agree with that. I don't, so the assessment that Brass and Bro Claude have, I respect it, but I don't see Michaela being what's the girl name from the Aces? I forget her name.
Young.
Yeah, I don't see her being Jackie Young. They two different players. The only thing they got in common is their size, right? And I think that's why they looking at both of them and saying, "Oh, they could do the same thing." No, they two totally different players. Jackie Young is a two-way star. She's locked down on defense. She could give you 20 on offense. That's not who Michaela is. So who I see Michaela being is a Swiss Army knife type player. So I feel like she does fit with the lineup. The reason why is because one of the things that Teaspoon even mentioned when she had the team is that Michaela has posts, but she kept, sometimes your coaches encourage you when she go overboard. So, Teaspoon used to be like, she could play center. Michaela was like, I could play power forward. I don't know about playing center, right? But my point is she could be a small ball big for us. Right, so it's like I'm not mad at that, and especially in the lineup that Tyler Marsh want to have. If he plays small and put Michaela out there at the 4 to be able to shoot threes and stuff like that, I could see her fitting with the team. But yeah, to be a focal point or to be somebody like you said, I don't see her being somebody that's with the ball in her hand making decisions. I see her somebody that's the floor space, the ball is moving, she catch it, and she got to make a decision and shoot it to drive it.
Hey,
so I do think she fits in that situation.
Hey, Brooklyn.
And look, over here on this channel, everybody's opinion is correct to them. Over on this channel, everybody's opinion is correct to them. That's why I love having panels, because I let everybody get off their stuff, and it's a fact. If it's an opinion to you, hey, that's yours. That's why I don't disagree. And just in my opinion, I don't see the Michaela hype. She sleeps on defense too much. Her on ball defense is great, but her off ball defense is horrible all season. She doesn't protect backdoor. She doesn't double team well. Her IQ on defense is horrible. She's just a big forward, so her on ball defense looks good, but her IQ on defense is horrible. She isn't trustworthy with catch and shoot from the left corner or the right wing. Like, she only hits from the right corner. That's her only spot on the court she can shoot from. Everywhere else, she's horrible. She's shooting less than 20%. The rest of the perimeter, she only shoots from the right corner.
Look, my assessment of her is I wouldn't even say her on-ball defense is good, because I think she's too slow to guard.
I'm just saying that's her best attribute.
No, but listen, the way I see her defensively, because I do think she's a good defender, but I wouldn't put her on like smaller or faster players. I think she's a good defender against, like, again, being in that small ball role, being a small forward, like not small forward as a small forward, but a smaller forward. I think she could guard bigger players. So I think she's a good defender, but I don't think she's a good on ball defender because she's too slow. Like, she's big, but she's not quick. So she that's why she would end up getting in foul trouble, or certain players could blow past her because she just don't have the foot speed. She's strong though, so that's why I think she could guard like bigger players and stuff like that. But I wouldn't put her on as an on ball defender.
I'm about to let you go, bro, Kai, so you can kick for Michaela. I'm just and I want people to understand, even in the chat, even on the panel, when I'm saying stuff about the Chicago Sky, those who've been knowing me, I get passionate about it because I want a championship. And I just look at the team and I say, can this player contribute to us winning a championship? And she's a free agent. She gonna want money. There's better players in free agency who could get the same price as she gets and contribute a little better to a championship.
Right.
Like, she's a project piece.
I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about her. She's a project.
I agree with that.
That's why I said if she's coming off the bench for a lesser contract, I'm all in on Michaela. But she just got a lot of. I got to figure it out going on.
Hey,
right.
I get you. But what I was,
real quick, bro, Claude.
Let Bull Guy go, B Will. Because he was waiting. Let him go, B Will.
I only really got one thing to say, and that's that for me, Michaela is the comp for Michaela is Benijah Laney Hamilton. That's what I see. Or Michaela Thornton. Okay, Michaela Thornton. You know what I mean? That's what I see.
Well, what I was going to say is that I believe so. What you saying, Prince? Because I know, like locker room, and going into your conditioning does a whole lot for that.
He does.
Locker room and conditioning. I know the game, bro. Locker room and conditioning do a lot for that. Locker room, you got the motherfuckers in your ear on what you, excuse my language. I'm sorry, Sister Noble. Locker room and conditioning, like Prince know, you get them goddamn bands and you put them bands on them feet because she got, listen, y'all, she got what she needs. What she don't have is what Tyler Marsh is going to be working on her with. So I believe is her ceiling low? No. I believe she got a high ceiling. Me personally, look at her getting the opportunity. Did she do bad this year? No, she didn't. She didn't really get the opportunity to later on in the year when they needed her. Did she come through when they needed her? She did her job. She didn't do high expectations. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that she has a ceiling, brother, in that locker room, in that conditioning situation. I believe that she gonna come back better. So we talking about a better Michaela. Now, the same Michaela that me and you and what we've experienced since she's been in the league. I mean, was it a good trading piece? Maybe. But what I'm saying is right now, what we got to deal with, can she get better? And my answer is yes.
Yeah, she can get better. I agree with everything. Look, that's the crazy thing, though. Bro, Clark, I agree with everything you just said. I'm just thinking about next year. She's a free, and again, it ain't like she already on the roster. She's a free agent. Before I go re-signing Michaela, I'm going big fish hunting to see who out there at her position. Is what I'm saying. And if she wants to come back, on a lesser contract as a sixth, the sixth man off the bench or seventh off the bench at her position, I'm cool with that. I'm just thinking there's probably a better option out there at her position for probably the equal amount of money that she'll get. Is all I'm saying.
Aaliyah Boston is at this game. They just showed her on the sideline at this Cleveland Boston game. All the celebrities are there.
That's yo. Prediction right now. Aaliyah Boston will make an all WNBA team next year, and she will be top 10 in MVP voting. I'm putting it out there right now. You're gonna see a leak. I swear to God, in the pick and roll, bro. You only saw hints.
You say top what? I know he had to bring Aaliyah Boston in here.
Nah, bro.
That's my fault, K-Sat. That's my fault, K-Sat. I shouldn't have pointed out that she's at this game. That's my bad.
Nah. You need to
watch
film of Aaliyah Boston's footwork and her skill, bro. Like she is like.
I love Aaliyah Boston.
He wanted a chance to talk about Aaliyah Boston.
Hey, bro, God, I'm saving this year. I'm clipping this. I'm bringing it back up in August. I'm clipping this.
I'm telling you.
I'll be breaking. Hey, now K-Sap. When I get on him, K-Sap, you can't say he ain't say it. When I get on him next year, he better not say he ain't say that. Because you know he's quick to do that.
He got selective memories. You know what I'm saying?
He quick to do that.
Hey, K-Sap, you want to know why? You want to know? Hey, K-Sap, you want to know why he on that team? Hey, K-Sap, you want to know why he got excited to mention Aaliyah Boston?
Why is that?
Because he rubbing the honey on his chest. Now he about to start twerking. He about to go.
Man, wow, man.
he about to go to his favorite corner and start twerking.
Yeah, he might got honey packs too.
Y'all talking about Camilla's playmaking. Y'all talking about Camilla's playmaking. Did you see Aaliyah Boston playmaking?
Look, he glazing now. Ooh,
he got the honey dripping. The honey dripping now.
I can smell it through the phone.
Hey, Lakeisha.
Hey, Keisha.
Hey,
what's up,
how y'all doing today?
What's up, Keisha?
Hey, Miss Green. Nice to meet you.
What's up, Keisha?
You too, though.
How you doing? Look, you know when the ladies come up here, you know, this y'all league. I gotta let y'all get it off, you know. This y'all league. What you got? What you got for us?
Hey, Lakeisha, before you go. Hey, Lakeisha, really quick, before you go, stay away from Bro Claw because he got the honey. He's twerking it up over there.
He got honey packs too.
I got it now. I got it.
Hey, not Bro Claw. I'm sorry, Bro Gag. My fault, Bro Claw. Let's mix y'all up. Bro Gag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Bro Gag. Who was over there cooking you about Azzy Fudd?
That's what I'm saying. He freestyling, and it ain't even.
It might have been me. I don't remember. It might have been me, but I didn't cook him.
Brooklyn, you was one of them. You and
now he's saying you was one of them, Brooklyn. See what I'm saying?
No, I didn't say nothing about.
If it was me though, listen. All I said was I disagree with her being a project, but that's not cooking you, bro.
No. Right. Listen, I said, sister. I'm glad Sister Keisha is on here. Who is my the one that's coming in outside Olivia Miles. Who did I say, Sister Lakeisha?
Pow pow. You want pow pow?
Okay.
You want pow.
So the thing is this. All I'm saying is this. Like brother Zoe was talking about, Prince was talking about AZ Fudd. I just asked, he cleared it up for me. I was just asking him if AZ Fudd was a good systematical play, because it's a difference. It's a difference than a player that's just gonna go and get theirs, like Kennedy Carter. But it's another difference of a player that can play in a system like Eleni. You know what I mean? Lady Hamilton. She could play in a system and be fishing in the system. You got what I'm saying? So
I got what you're saying.
I was asking if AZ Fudd comes, would she be able to link in? He cleared it up for me in the system, but because I was leaning his way anyway. But because she gets in the system, Sister Lakeisha, you get to hide. You know what I'm saying? You get to hide. A lot of dogs, they don't like a systematical play. A lot of dogs, because they know you got weaknesses, and they don't like to play it beside you, because they know that they covering you up for your mistakes or your transgressions. You got what I'm saying? But there are systematical players like Lady Hamilton that can play in the system, and when it comes to them, they will make themselves as a role player a star.
All right, bro, Claude. I'm gonna jump in and just say, right, but
hold on a second. It's Keisha though, bro.
Hold on, bro, guy. Let Miss Green get off.
My only problem about AZ Fudd is her availability. I might have some back noise. Hold on. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah,
we got you.
Is it better? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you good.
Okay. My only problem with AZ Fudd is, first of all, her availability is very suspect. In that regard, it's almost like a developmental project, because you don't know what you're gonna get year in and year. You don't know if her body can hold up. I would say that. So for the amount of injuries she's had, I don't know if she really fits in the system, because she don't stay in the system long enough to finish out a season.
You don't know how many minutes she gonna play. You don't know how many minutes she can play a game.
and that's probably hurting her continuity with the team. So maybe Zoe sees her a certain way and Brooklyn sees her another way, but it might be off of past glory, because you haven't actually seen her finish out a season.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of iffy with her, because I don't know. She still ain't played this season. I don't know what we're gonna get. Now, if she comes out there, I think she's due back in December or something like that. If she
December
comes out
8th,
there and shows me something, I'll change my opinion.
And listen, to piggyback off what Lakeisha is saying, man, and I've been saying this all night.
Real quick, Cleveland lost 117 to 120 to Boston.
I'm okay. Listen, I'm okay with being wrong, right? We all guessing here. This is we talking about young players' potential. Right.
Ain't
So
nobody
we don't
wrong
know
at this point, because they haven't played in the league yet.
Right.
Nobody
That's what I'm saying.
yet.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. But with that said, I'm not writing her off yet. Yes. Again, I said I can't. What I said to Prince earlier is I can't argue with him, because she ain't been playing, right? So that's that. Listen, she been hurt. She ain't been playing, so I can't argue with nobody who looks at her and say I don't think she could do it. I don't think she's good. Whatever it is, your thoughts of her, I can't even argue that. But I know from if we going off of what Prince said, and we not looking at numbers, and we just focusing on eye test and can the girl play, she could play. Now, can she stay? Is she gonna be reliable? Is she gonna stay healthy? That's another question. But she could play, and she's young. So me personally, I'm not gonna write her off yet, because she's young. A lot of we have certain players we've seen certain examples, like a Greg Oden, who was injury prone, who never was able to get a career together. And then we've seen other players who start off injury prone and figure it out, right? And then start to have a career. So we don't know what type of player she's going to be. We might never see the best of AZ Fudd, or maybe she just one of those players who had a rocky start to her career and she's gonna pick it up later. I don't know, but just off the eye test of what she can do on the floor, the girl could play.
But
My
you would
thing
take her
is,
top 10 though, Brooklyn?
Y'all brought up.
So, as
like,
to answer Lakeisha's questions real quick, as far as taking her top 10, no, right? Because I understand her injury. So, if it was just off talent, yes, she's a top 10 talent. But her injury, you got to realize this happens all the times in drafts. You have certain players who had, that's why I brought up Michael Porter Jr., right? Because he wasn't supposed to go to Denver. He fell to Denver. But now he's healthy. We ain't talking about Michael Porter Jr. injuries no more. You get what I'm saying? Regardless of what you think about him as a player, regardless if you think he's a good player or a bad player, whatever the case may be, we're not speaking about his injuries. But that was a question drafting him, so he fell. So is AZ Fudd going to fall in the draft? Of course. That's just smart drafting. If you have a team where you're able to if there's a position in a draft and you're able to say, you know what, if this doesn't work out, we'll be okay, then you take her. But if it's a position, if you got like a top certain pick, top 3, top 4, and you gotta get a sure thing, you're gonna pass up on a AZ Fudd because you don't know what you're gonna get. So talent wise, is she top 10? She definitely top 10. Talent wise, I think she top. Talent wise, I think she top 5. But I think hold on, Prince. Let me land a plane, Prince. Let me land a plane. I think body, you know, her ability, her injuries is gonna make her fall maybe to the low end of the first round or maybe into the second round.
Well, they projecting a number 7 on Take-A-Thon.
I want to make a point real quick here.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So I heard Nigel Laney Hamilton has come up twice as a comp for Michaela Onyenwere and for AZ Fudd. Now, again, like I'm a new fan.
That's a bad comparison.
I had to do a lot of research. I had to go back and rewatch a lot of highlights and try and dig and find games and really see about where players came from. And something that I see consistently about Niger, which I'm gonna say perhaps not a lot of people can see, is that Nigel Laney Hamilton has insane basketball IQ.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Like, but Nigel Laney Hamilton knows where to be on the court at all times.
Yes.
But Nigel Laney Hamilton is always available for the right pass. She's not a brilliant passer, but she's always available for the right pass in the right space. Her off-ball defense is underrated because of how good of an on-ball defender she is. She cuts off passing lanes before people even see them. And I feel,
player.
But hold on. I feel like it does a disservice to be like, oh, well, she just operates within a system. There are very few role players that you can find that are always in the right place at the right time. Like
they only here to cause confusion. And
I don't think that Michaela Onyenwere is one of them. And based on what I've seen of AZ Fudd so far, she could be better because she's now in college. She still has time to develop, but she doesn't strike me as one of those either.
Yeah, I think that's a bad comparison. I ain't even had nobody compare that. Who made that comparison?
They were talking about like in terms of players that fit within a system, and I'm saying some of the best players that fit within a system, they fit within a system, not necessarily.
No, he was questioning. He was asking if she a systematic player. He wasn't saying that she is. He was asking the question.
I didn't say it. I was asking.
Yeah, he was asking the question.
Because Chris is
I think to answer your question, Bro Claw, I think me personally, and I'm okay. If nobody agrees with me, again, ignoring the injuries, I think AZ is a star in the WNBA.
Yeah, no, but the point I'm making is that the best system players are often players who understand basketball, sometimes even better than the stars, right? They just see the game differently. Like, it's not that they have insane athletic ability or insane skills. They just read the game well. They know all the plays. They're like a second coach on the floor.
I kind of disagree. Yo,
hey, hold on, bro, Clyde. Miss Green, that's all you had? I wanted to make sure you finish up your take.
Yeah, I kind of get what Brogat is trying to say, but I don't think I'm with Brooklyn. I don't think those two things are comparable.
No. So
but yeah, I'm finished though. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is panel is that I don't expect Ozzy Fudd to put the ball and be aggressive and go to the rim and do what Paige does. She don't do what Paige does. I don't expect her to do what Paige does. I don't. Okay, but what I'm saying is, what I'm asking, what Prince already made clear. So I just, because Brother Gab brought it back up. Lady Hamilton she can move her feet. The reason why she does well, bro, Gab, is because she's not the second coach, because your point guard is your second coach on that floor. Don't get it twisted. The one who runs that ball up and down 94 feet is your point guard, the second coach of the whole entire team. So don't get it twisted. That's why I'm hard on Caitlin Clark. So no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we know Lexi Hall, she's a systematical player. She can be problems at certain times, but in other times she fits the system. She can gel with Mitchell, because Mitchell is an offset player. Mitchell can play in or out of a system. Plus, she's aggressive to do clutch things. So a person like Lexi Hall, Mitchell can play with and is okay with. Okay, you have those players like Hamilton saved those two so-called superstars on the Liberty twice in the playoffs. We saw it. Lady Hamilton saved them in their debacle of being superstars on that team. You dig what I'm saying? So that's the type of systematical player that I'm talking about, that I know Prince is very aware of. Do she have that capability? Now, me personally, Ozzy ain't played enough for me to say, well, I'm trying to really figure out why she in the top 10, but Brooklyn answered that. But I don't really see.
But bro, Claude, you want to know the funny thing? When I was telling people the same thing about Olivia Miles, they was telling me the same thing. Why we talking about a player that ain't played in 2 years? Not everybody is saying, yo, Olivia Miles is the player we need to get. So what I'm saying is, again, AZ Fudd is hurt, so there's not a lot of good things to say about her right now, right? And I don't even know if she's ever going to get healthy. But what I'm talking about is AZ Fudd on the floor is a problem. Okay. AZ Fudd body her body might not allow her to be that problem. I'm just talking about the game the girl has. If you don't believe me, go look at the tape, because everything I'm going off of is what she's done already. Now she don't have a long standing. She don't have a long standing in college because she's been hurt a lot of her college. Same thing with Paige Beckers, right? Paige Beckers was hurt. She came back, and now we're not talking about her injuries no more. Olivia Miles was hurt. She came back. We not talking. AZ Fudd hasn't came back, so we still talking about her injuries. But my point is, she has a talent. She has the talent. She's not overhyped, right? Like, there's certain players who don't have the talent that we're sitting here, we'll talk about, but they don't really have the talent. AZ Fudd has a talent. Her problem is she keep getting hurt. And again, like I said, people kept telling me the same thing about Olivia Miles when I brought her up. Nobody wanted to talk about Olivia Miles. They wanted to talk about Raven Johnson. But now everybody talking about Olivia Miles.
See how time works? The only one talking about Raven Johnson is South Carolina fans, Brooklyn. Come on.
No, but my point is, hold on, bro, God. My point is, every time I brought up Olivia Miles, that's what people want to talk. And I'm not mad at them because I like Raven Johnson too. But that's what people kept coming back to me with. They kept Raven Johnson, Tahina Powell. I'm like, okay, but Olivia Miles is a problem. Nobody wanted to talk about her. But now she's on the floor and everybody's talking about her. So what I'm saying is the same thing has happened with AZ Fudd. She's not on the floor. So nobody has nothing good to say about her. But if she gets on the floor, if she finally figures it out, then y'all going to see the talent. All I'm saying is the talent is there. She just hurt.
I've been talking about...
I'm not even talking about her talent, though, Brooklyn. If you notice,
that's all I'm talking about.
WNBA.
You said leave the numbers out of it. So that's why I said we leaving the numbers out of it.
Yeah.
He has the talent to be a star in the WNBA.
not a star. My thing
I
about
believe
her
she could be a
is
star.
my thing about her is the way she plays the game of basketball. It's hard for it will be hard for her to fit into systems because she's not going to be the star player where she gets the first touch. If you don't get
And
the
that's
first
what
touch,
I respect what you're saying, but I think she will be that player.
she's not getting the first touch.
Okay, we disagree there. I think she will be that player.
Easy First IQ is so horrible on offense. It's like I don't care about points. I'm not talking about points. I'm not talking about what she brings to the team. I'm talking about the way she plays on offense. Go watch when she was playing. Go watch what Dino will call a play. Watch what she does on plays. She doesn't even run the play. She runs to a spot to get the ball and stop the offense.
But Zoe, she's not a point
That's
guard.
all I'm saying.
She's not a PG, Zoe. She's a scoring guard.
That's
so
not
her
what I
job is to run to the spot to get the ball. That's her job.
That's not what I literally just said, Brooklyn. My freshman year, I was shooting guard, was averaging at Tulane 27. If the coach called the play, and the play wasn't for him to get the ball on the second touch or be this first option, and he ran to a spot he wasn't supposed to be in, he come and sit down. That's what I'm talking about with her. If she isn't getting the ball, she's ineffective because she doesn't know how to play off ball. She doesn't draw double teams to get other players shots. Even it's not about being a point guard. It's about how her IQ looks on offense when she's on the court with other players. I watched her when she was playing at UConn.
Yes. Listen, I hear that, and I'm not going to
disagree. It's hard for other players to get shots because she's always in somebody's way.
Listen, I hear that, and I'm not even going to disagree with that. All I'm going to say is none of these players is perfect. I'm not saying AZ Fudd is a perfect player. So hold on, let me finish. Hold on. What I'm saying is, if what you're saying is true, because I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't know. I haven't seen what you've seen. So if you seen that, if she's getting in players' way and all of this, that, and the third, right? If what you're saying is true, then that's an area in her game she needs to grow in, right? Yeah. But as far as what I said, as far as being on the next level, being a star, being a scorer, I think that's who she's going to be. I think that's who she is. And when you look at her talent, what I'm saying is she has a talent to be that on the next level. As far as what you're saying, I'm not disagreeing with you. Maybe she does do those things. I haven't seen that, right? Maybe you've seen games where she's done that, and that's the area of her game she needs to work on.
If what you say is true, Zoe, about that, then that's a problem because either one or two things: she doesn't have basketball instincts, or she doesn't watch film.
No,
because
that sounds like to me. I don't even think it sounds like that.
Score and not have a feel for the game. She just doesn't have a great feel for the game.
That's what I mean by instinct. That's what I mean by instinct.
But to me, it's not even. If what he's saying is true, it's not even that. To me, that sounds like a player that's selfish. Right, like if the player's not being ran for me, I'm not gonna do what I need to do. So that's what it sounds like. Again, I haven't seen that, but again, if you're right and that's happening, that's something you need to work on.
That's what I was going. That's one of the things I was going to say next. I was going to say either she doesn't have instincts, she's not watching film, or she's selfish. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a selfish player.
Well, I could bring up something Prince gonna really relate to. Michael Beasley is very lazy. But he's good. But he's very lazy. Can he play in the system? Look, he nodding his head. Can Michael Beasley fit in the system? Yes, he can. But he's a fucking lazy ass player. He's
a ball stopper.
He's a ball stopper. You got what I'm saying? So the thing is that as soon as Brooke, you was talking, I thought about the player who I can really reference. Michael Beasley is a fucking, but man, he can shoot like
he could be a problem, but he's not somebody you can rely on. That's actually a really good comparison. And if AZ Fudd is the female version of a Michael Beasley, right, and she's not, right, let's say I'm wrong about her and she's not a star, then that's a really good comparison to have about. That's like
I'm not saying she's a bad player. I literally said at the beginning of my soliloquy, I could see her being a second round pick and coming in the league, playing a long time as your sixth man off the bench, a microwave scorer. When your offense is stagnant, and you just need a bucket.
I could see her as a 6 man. I could see her as a 6 man. I could see her. No.
No.
But here's where we disagree, though. You only see her as a 6 man. You
That's
got
all I
certain
see her
players.
as.
That's what I'm saying. That's where we disagree, and I'm not mad at that comparison. So when I look at her, I see because you got to realize you got certain players in like if we use the NBA for a comparison, right? We got certain, like for instance, and I'm not saying she's this player. I'm just using this as an example. You got a player like a damn, the name is escaping me. Who was a 6 man for the Spurs all them years? I forget the name from overseas. Ginobili. You got a player. You got a player like. You got a player like Ginobili who had the talent to start, but also could be a 6 man if it fit the team. So that's what I'm saying. When I look at AZ Fudd, I do see her as a player who could play a 6-woman role and be great in that role. But I also see her as a player if you need her to be your number 2 to be great in that role, and it's up to her. I'm not saying she's gonna be a number 1, but I think she has a talent to be even a number 1 player. So what I'm saying is I'm looking at her as a best case scenario and worst case scenario situation is what I'm saying, because again, we're talking about a player who still hasn't proved that she can even be on the floor, right? So maybe she never even figure out the injury situation, and we never even see the best of AZ Fudd. I said that, about 20 minutes ago, right? Yeah. So the same thing. So, but if she does realize, if her body does, heal itself or whatever the case may be, I do see her as being a player that could be a 6 woman and be great in that role. Again, I also see her as a starter that could be great in that role as well. But I'm talking about
I love basketball.
I'm talking about the talent.
I got no problem.
The talent is there.
I love basketball, Brooklyn. I got no problem with Ozzy Fudd or Michaela proving me wrong. I love women's basketball. I got no problem. I won't even be upset. I'll be happy because that's better for the game.
But the thing is this, Prince, what I was talking about, Michaela, she hits hard on those screens, bro. If you watch her on the floor, she gets to it. And she's not afraid. That's the only motherfucker that I really like. Somebody
I would bring Michaela back though, bro. I'm not. I don't like her in my starting lineup. If we got better options out there.
Okay.
I agree. I agree with both of y'all as far as Michaela, because of what is the priority need for that team right now for Coach Marsh. I like Onyenwere. I think she's a very good in her role, but we need shooters and we need wing defenders.
Well,
and for me, well, I don't know. We'll see. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if he sees that in her. She ain't but so much tall. He talked about he wants somebody like 6'2", 6'3" on the wings that can play defense. Onyenwere, how tall is she? 6 foot, 6'1"?
6 foot, if that.
See what I'm saying? So he wants, and she's not that long. He wants long wing players.
And she got short arms.
Defense.
But listen, her mass does everything. Your mass does everything. If you can shift your mass, don't mean Charles Barkley hit that motherfucker, that nail that you just. Charles Barkley knocked the shit out of that. Your size does.
Charles Barkley was a superior athlete. Yes, Charles Barkley could jump out the gym. Onyenwere is not that kind of athlete.
No, I'm just saying for the sake of of what we talking about. But when he came to the league, he still had to be worked with. Moses Malone wouldn't have been yelling at him.
He just had to lose weight. But he was just like Zion. Talented. Just like Zion. You got to lose weight, but he's mad explosive. People forget how explosive Charles Barkley was. Oh, yeah. He's a very explosive athlete because that's the only way he was able to do what he did as an undersized power forward.
That's how he got all those rebounds.
He's
explosive. The first one off the floor.
He's explosive. Vertical jump out the gym.
What I was saying,
but the thing he had to do with Moses Malone was get him up out that refrigerator.
Yeah. So the thing is,
I got a question for the panel.
What you got, Ms. Green? What you got?
Is there somebody in the draft that can do what Michaela does?
Yes.
Who would that be, bro, Claude?
Anissa Morrow.
Hero.
Now, wouldn't that be an upgrade?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But what about
I said
Olivia
that on the
Miles?
last
Is she
panel.
there
People
at
was like,
10
we
though?
don't need
Is she
Anissa.
there at 10? Is Alicia Morrow still there at 10?
I know,
No.
but what I think
No.
what Keisha's saying is you don't.
We were-
is
we
there
were
somebody
talking about-
comparable to Michaela
Yeah.
Onyenwere? And
We-
somebody said Anisha Morrow, so we don't need Anisha Morrow.
Yeah, we were on the last
But she
stream,
would be
we were
an
saying if we
upgrade,
don't
though,
get Olivia
K-Sap.
Miles at 3 and
Yeah.
maybe say the Sparks take her, will we take Anissa Morrow at 3? And everybody was like, no.
No.
She's not a top 5 pick.
Right.
So you'll
Right.
so you'll just move on from that and pick somebody else at
You got to
3.
take
Who
the
you gonna
best
pick?
available. We say you got to take
You
the
gotta
best
take-
Yeah, you
available.
just got to go with the best available at that point.
Let's take
Gotcha.
the best available.
Watch this. I don't want to
But
cause
she wouldn't be the
confusion
best
real quick.
available at 3 though.
I
Well,
just
I
want,
understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is
Yeah,
I only threw that monkey wrench
I feel
to
what you're
start
saying.
confusion.
hey, hold on. I want to cause confusion real quick. I got to go back. I got to take it back probably about 2 or 3
Take it
hours.
back, oh.
I got to take it back about 2 or 3 hours. I got to get you, bro, Gad. I got to get you. When we was
Yeah,
talking
bro,
about,
Gad.
when we was talking about that Seattle Storm situation, right? With Skylar Diggins bringing in the veteran players and talking about they soft, and now we got this whole thing in an uproar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you a question, bro, Gab.
Yeah,
What's the difference in Tyrese Maxey calling out Joel Embiid?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Well, both of them on the same level because Joel Embiid has not won
What?
anything. He hasn't.
Wow.
Joel Embiid deserves to be called out. He can't play a whole season. He doesn't take the game seriously. He's immensely talented and has not lived
How
up
long
to
Joel
He begged-
Embiid been in the
literally
league?
begged for an MVP. You
Hold on,
realize
hold on,
Joel
hold
Embiid
on.
has not made a conference finals.
Hold on.
The entire process for Philadelphia was to tank to get someone.
Hold on.
Joel Embiid's talent, and he has not paid off, bro.
Hold on.
Tyrese
Trust the
Maxey
process.
can call him out all day long.
Hold up. How long Tyrese Maxey been in the league?
Like,
5 years.
all right, good 5 years. Yeah.
How long has Joel Embiid been in the league?
Has he been in the league like 10 years yet?
Is he an all-star?
Yes.
Joel Embiid?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was an MVP.
No, I'm asking the question. Is he an all-star?
Yeah, of course.
Is he an MVP?
Yes.
Okay. Now you got a young guy in Tyrese Maxey coming in, calling him out. So what's the difference in Skylar Diggins calling out these veterans that don't play hard? It's the same thing as Tyrese Maxey calling out Joel
Embiid has not won anything. That's the point I was making. Joel Lloyd, whatever you might think of her, is a champion. She has played on a championship team as a starter, not off the bench.
So they not acceptable to being called out just because they got a championship.
KSAP, the rules are different.
Oh my
Someone's got a
goodness,
ring on
man.
their
They only here to
finger.
cause confusion.
No.
All right, let's
The
go.
rules are different
Hey.
when you got a ring on your finger. The
No,
rules are
okay,
different
Nah.
when you got
Started
two rings
it.
on
No,
your
check
finger.
it out. Check it out.
They
Check it
are
out.
different. They
That's
are
not
different.
different. Not different.
Check it out. Check it out. Check
Nah,
it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Case out.
Nah, we're gonna move on from that. I just want to reel it back.
I'm gonna leave this where it's at. First of all, Skylar Diggins got every motherfucking right to call out who the fuck she want to call out. You know why? Because she's the one that's bringing that goddamn ball up the court. She is the second coach on the court. She has a right to tell her wings, her centers, her post players, get your shit right, because I can't get it to you. And when I do get it to you, you ain't capitalizing on what I have to go through to get you the goddamn ball. Do you understand that Skylar Diggins has been on the floor more this year in her whole entire career? This year, when she played with the Seattle Storm, she has been knocked on the floor more times. They already did a stat on that. She has been hit, knocked down, pushed around more this year because, of course, this year was a very competitive season. Then most of all, she has the right to tell whoever she thinks to get their shit together when she's running that court, when she's bringing that ball up, when she's being guarded 94 feet, she has a right to say, hey, I need your ass to do whatever you need to do to come up off that screen to motherfucking hit your shot. And when you coming off that screen and you expecting, see, Mamba, I love Mamba. Don't get it twisted. I love the Mamba. But Mama got nothing to goddamn say to Skylar Diggins at all. And I'm done.
And Bro Claude, let me ask you a question. It's all about accountability, right?
It's all about accountability.
So that hold on, bro. Dad. It's all about accountability, right?
Yeah.
So Tyrese Maxey called Embiid out for being late to stuff. Who was holding Joel Embiid accountable? So the young pup that brings the ball up the court, he's holding him accountable, right? So now the thing about it is, that's the problem that we said earlier. Why are these people not being held accountable? And that's the same situation with your boy Kawhi Leonard. When, Uncle Phil was giving him he had all these standards where he didn't have to practice. Nobody was holding him accountable, right? So now that Paul George left and goes to Philadelphia, what don't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse, right? So now you got players talking about that. That's the same thing that Patrick Beverly did. It was the accountability. Nobody was hold on. Can I finish, bro?
Go ahead.
So nobody is holding these superstar players accountable just because he is a champ, just because Kawhi Leonard got a championship. They don't think that they think they better than everybody else.
No.
But it's about accountability. And just like Bro Claude said, Skylar Diggins is bringing the ball up the court. She's almost like the second coach, but she's on the floor. So Joel didn't play well, and Skylar's getting in their ass. Just take it and move on.
Move on.
All right, hold on. So this was the point I was making. I am not saying that. Y'all kept running with me saying that Skylar is a locker room cancer. And I never said she was
Nah, you were talking about the criteria. Just because they champions, they can't be talked to.
No, I'm saying you talk to champions differently. Not everybody.
What you mean you talk to champions different?
Look, there is hold on.
All that baby and Bro Claude gotta stop. Bro Gad, come on, man.
No, but not everybody responds to the same leadership style. Not everybody responds to the same.
They apparently did because they went in the playoff, far in the playoffs. So apparently it did work to a certain extent.
Hold on. So we know that Jewel Lloyd played with Sue Bird and she played with Breanna Stewart. We know that, right? Sue Bird was known to hold players accountable. She was not the get in your face and cuss you out type of player. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying there are different styles of leadership. And to me, we only seem to respect the Kobe style of leadership. Get in your face, cuss you out. You're fucking up. You're not doing it right. And I'm saying that does not work for everyone.
That's not the Kobe. I saw Sue Bird do it. That's the Jordan style of leadership, not the Kobe style. Let's be clear.
Whether it's the Jordan style or the Kobe style, the point is it doesn't work, bro. Not every leader leads like that. Not every championship team works that way. And y'all.
I beg to differ. I saw Sue Bird. I saw the Queens, New York Sue Bird come out a couple of times on that tape. I don't know what you was watching, but I watched the Adam. Wait a second. You talk. Let me talk. I saw Sue Bird get in their face often when they was going through them championship years. Sue Bird wasn't talking to them like cuddly auntie. She was talking to them like she was the general that she was. She did get in their face and cuss their ass out. She from New York. She was using that New York attitude out there in the West. I don't know what you was looking at, bro Gad. You wasn't looking at that, bro. I don't know what you was looking at, bro Gad. But I've been watching Sue Bird. Well, let me finish. Now I'll let you go. I've been watching Sue Bird since UConn. She'll get in your face. She'll cuss you out in a locker room. Yeah, she got in her players' ass, and we talking about players that won multiple championships with the UConn Huskies, and she won 2 championships and is a Hall of Famer with Seattle. She was doing the same thing Skylar Diggins was doing, except Skylar Diggins doesn't look like Sue Bird, and she ain't Sue Bird.
The problem is that Skylar Diggins is on 100 all the time. Y'all don't get it. She doesn't cool out.
But bro, guys,
that's not true either. 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 Skylar Diggins isn't on 100 all the time. I've been watching Skylar Diggins since she was at Notre Dame. She isn't on 100 all the time. They just don't like the fact that she's holding them accountable.
That's all it is.
That's probably the reason why Stewie left.
But bro, Gag, you have to understand, Skylar Diggins is not
retired, bro. That's why Stewie left.
No, bro, Gag, Skylar Diggins is not a new player. They knew exactly what they was getting when they got Skylar Diggins.
35. She's 35.
They knew she was gonna hold people accountable. That's how she's played all this time. So why did they suddenly think she was gonna be a cuddly bear?
Thank you.
You wanted Rondo.
Maybe that was the mistake.
You wanted Rondo. Wait, you wanted Rondo.
Yo, that was a mic drop moment by Lakeisha, by the way. That was good, Lakeisha.
Hey, Keisha. They wanted Rondo, but they didn't want Rondo.
Right.
You wanted Rondo, but you didn't want Rondo. No, that don't make no sense to me.
No, if you deal with Rondo, if you pick him up, you already know what type of player he is. He gonna
Yep.
You know
anytime Rondo he see Chris Paul and smoke.
Yep.
On site.
So to be acting like you didn't know is kind of
disingenuous.
Yes.
Yeah. So
they know Skylar because Skylar wears her emotion on her sleeve. They know who Skylar is. They know who's that's a great point.
Competitor.
She's feisty and competitive. I love her. That's my girl. I like Skylar.
You need Skylar Diggins in the playoffs.
That will start. Listen. You saw her starting fights on the bench in Phoenix, bro.
Hey, it is what it is.
On the bench in Phoenix.
It is what it is.
And Taurasi going at it on the bench, bro.
That's just like.
So how you know that she started it?
Oh yeah. So guess what?
I'm saying that if every time there's a conflict and you're involved, you're the common denominator, then maybe the problem is you.
The Latasha Cloud is the same type of player on Phoenix. So they got rid of one and they got another one that came that's the same type of player.
Hell, Taurasi is like that.
That's Taurasi.
And that's why it didn't work.
Taurasi is like that. Taurasi is one of the biggest assholes in the league.
Taurasi got that masculine energy.
Hey, K-Stab, I'm coming to course.
When Taurasi came in the league, right? We remember Taurasi as what? 3-time
champion. I'm coming to cause confusion, bro.
Immediately started dominating.
Caitlin Clark is like that.
Huh?
Yeah.
She surely is.
He don't want to talk about that.
That's
passion. That's passion.
And should we not? And why can't we criticize that?
Water boy, bro, Gab. Caitlin Clark could have whooped the towel, man. Whooped the water boy.
The poor water boy ain't do nothing to her.
Water boy ain't did.
Tell me something. Have you ever seen Caitlin Clark? Have you ever seen Caitlin Clark on camera screaming at a teammate?
There you go, twerking.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Her coach.
Yes.
Screaming at her coach, her teammates, her fans.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Screaming at the referees.
I'm talking about a teammate.
Yes.
He got that honey on his chest, y'all.
Hey, bro, I thought he had something with that statement. I thought he had something with that one.
Yeah, he did.
Listen, hold on.
Her own daddy be telling her to shut up.
Listen, he got a short
I asked y'all a specific question.
And they answered
Have
it.
you ever screamed her at a teammate? Not
Yes.
Let me answer.
Kate Martin
got yelled at so bad in Iowa that her father, Caitlin Clark's father, had to tell her to shut up.
Shut the hell up on national television.
On national television.
That was at the refs, bro. That was at the refs.
No,
That was at the refs. I
see,
remember that video. That was not Kate Martin.
No, we ain't talking about the refs one time.
Just keep twerking, bro, Gad. To be honest with you, bro, Gad, I like it.
I don't. I'm not
you
talking
arguing
about
against yourself because I like the passion.
Right. I'm not talking about the clips that you've seen on YouTube.
You're running out of honey, though.
I'm talking about she yelled at Kate Martin for when she was bringing up the ball. They was playing against LSU. She yelled at Kate Martin about being in position to receive the ball when they was going to the goddamn bench. The year that they lost to LSU, you can go back and you can look at it. She yelled at, but she has a right to do it. She has a right. Why? Because she's telling motherfuckers what to do, where to go, where to be at, and what's comfortable for her to get them the ball in their comfortable position. That is your right to get a mother. Let me tell Prince, hey Prince, shut the fuck up yelling at me. I don't like that shit. He gonna be like, hey coach, get this motherfucker off the court.
And guess what? You'll be up off the court.
Up off the court. I'm losing. I'm transferring.
You'll be up off the court.
I don't even justify that behavior, bro. Because
imagine
Jalen Clark has been on record as saying that she understands that that is not the right approach already. There have
Draymond Green yelled at KD, at Kevin Durant.
But bro, Gad, that don't change the fact that she did it. It might not be the right approach, but it don't change the fact that she already did it.
She already did it, baby.
So wait a minute. So does that mean that if one player does it, that another player should do it as well?
No, I'm just saying from what you said.
So what's
I'm cooking you with your own material.
Explain what is the point. You're saying that because Caitlin Clark does it. That
no, you said that Caitlin Clark, she's already did it, but she said that's not the right approach. But if it's not the right approach, why the fuck she keep on doing it?
Here's the thing: Skylar Diggins actually thinks that she's right. That's the
difference. My goodness! See how he deflected that? We talking about Caitlin right now. Now you want to bring it back? You see what I'm saying?
Bro, do you not understand?
You got something against? Hold up, let me ask you a question. You got something against Skylar? You got something against Skylar?
Yeah, because she bumped into Caitlin Clark.
That's what it is.
That's right. That's right. That's right. She did. She did.
We found it. We found it. We found it.
Yeah. Exactly. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
That's what it is. He made a big issue about that.
She did not worship at the altar of the great white Jesus, Caitlin Clark, and that pissed him off.
Yeah,
that pissed him off. She did worship at the feet of the great Clark.
Ooh, we got you, bro.
Put
the honey down, bro. Clark. Put the honey down.
Hold on. You know what? Skylar Diggins, like y'all said, is 35. She got about probably at max 3 years left in the league.
Why are you worried about how long she got left in the league?
She gonna be in the Hall of
Now you trying to get her out of the league.
Now you trying to get her out
what
the
he
league.
doing is he's not talking about what Lakeisha just brought up about the situation that she got bumped by Skylar. He won't address that. He wanted a speed bump by that. He wanted a speed bump by that.
Bro, I love that part of the game. I love seeing competitors go at it.
What you doing, bro, Gad, is like you did in school. You playing hopscotch right now. You hopscotching
going at it.
Yeah.
You talking about competitors going at it. That's what Skylar. That's what Skylar Diggins. That's what Skylar Diggins was doing with her teammates. Skylar Diggins went to her teammates. Skylar Diggins went to her teammates and wanted them to be competitors, and they got mad and sat in the corner with their lip poked out.
Hey, K-Sap, can I say something right quick?
Bro, Claude, you remember when you was calling someone a loser?
K-Sap.
Yeah.
Can I say something right quick?
Go ahead.
You remember that, bro, Claude?
I can't hear what you said.
Damn, bro, guy. Let Lakeisha speak, bro, guy.
All right.
Put the honey down. Put the honey down, bro, guy. Let Lakeisha speak.
They got people in the chat talking about they don't know what twerking with the honey on. Let me explain something to you, bro.
Go ahead. Just explain. Go ahead, explain it, Lakeisha.
You know, sometimes I be twerking with honey on it, but I don't say I'm not. That moment when Angel Reese got clotheslined by Alyssa Thomas, it took me a while to like Alyssa Thomas. You know, after that. But I was okay with saying, look, I ride for my girl. Just say you're riding for Cece. That's all you got to say.
Hey, Keisha, don't you say that name again, Keisha.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody told me to do this because they got Brogad. They told me to do this.
Got him.
So I mean,
just tell us why you really don't like
that's what it is. You got him, Lakeisha. You got him. You poked the bear. Now he upset. He big mad.
What, bro? I just think that I disagree with Skylar's quote unquote leadership.
You've been nothing but negative against Skylar.
Done enough in the league to earn that title of being.
What you talking about? She's 35 years
She's
old.
a Hall of Famer, dude. She's one of the best. She's one of the best point guards in the history of the league. What are you talking about?
Wait, I just want to make sure I heard him correctly, bro. Guy, you said you don't think Skylar Diggins should have the title as a leader.
I'm saying I do not know what she has done enough. Right?
So being a Hall of Famer, and one of the best point guards of all time ain't enough.
Hey, K-Side, I'm here to cause more confusion. K-Side. Hey, so Brogar, let me ask you a question.
14 years. Yeah. 14 years.
Do you think who's more Brogar, who's more of a leader, Caitlin Clark or Skylar Diggins?
At this stage in this clear, it would have to be Skylar Diggins right now.
Okay, all right. I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Nah, he wanted to say Caitlin, but you got him.
If you wouldn't have
told him what you was about to do, he was going to say Caitlin.
I was just about to say that.
Don't believe that.
He told me
Brooklyn, don't believe that.
I don't even think that Caitlin is leader of the Fever, bro. Aaliyah Boston is leader of the
Brooklyn, don't believe that. Don't believe that.
If you wouldn't have told him what you was going to do, Brooklyn, to cause confusion, he would have said Caitlin.
He would have said Caitlin.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, he thinks Caitlin's the better leader. But trust me.
All right, so hold on. I'm still causing confusion. You said that you think Aaliyah Boston is the leader of the Fever, right?
100%.
All right, so who's more of a leader, Aaliyah Boston or Skylar Diggins?
Aaliyah Boston.
Now you hating.
Nah, he hating. He hating for real now.
Locker room. Aaliyah Boston can get down on dirty, or she can talk to Aaliyah Boston.
We ain't talking about what they do.
Nah, bro.
No, we're not.
Hey, put the honey down. Hey, Broco, you keep picking the honey up. Put the honey down. I mean, bro, guy.
Zoe, what you gonna have to do, Zoe? You might have to end the stream, baby.
Yeah. Look, I love this me. I love this me. I got the Lakers on the one screen. I'm listening to y'all on the other screen. I love it.
And I'm looking at OKC and San Antonio.
Hey, Zoe, check this out. So you gonna let me, which a wing player, that's what I would be your wing. You gonna let me, while you bringing that motherfucker up the floor, you gonna let me tell you that you not doing the right thing to put me in the right position when you know me. Your job is to know me and know how I shoot. The point guard is the one who studies total player. Listen, bro, Gab, listen to what I'm saying. When you're at the point guard position, your job is to know every single player sweet spots. Every single. You can't bring the ball up and do it. Did you think that Allen Iverson was as successful as he was with a bunch of bums, and he didn't know them? He was successful because he gave those players, when they did score, he put them in a position when he wasn't scoring to hit them in their sweet spots so they could go play for the championship, bro. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
Shit, every channel needs a Brogad.
Yeah. He took Allen Iverson was not an easy person to get along with. Isaiah Thomas was not an easy person to get along with. But Joseph Dumas, Joe Dumas, would listen to Zeke when he comes down to the floor. He said, "Hey man, motherfucker, you on the left side. You know you don't really do too much shit. Your percentage is down on the left side. Get your ass on the right so I can get you this motherfucking ball because you taking Dennis out of the fucking transition.
Man, y'all got
but
broke. Y'all
fair,
got broke Claude out of character tonight. What you do to him, bro, Gad?
Yeah, man,
but to be fair,
he
Hey,
not
bro, Cloud, all that cussing you
K-Sat,
doing, you lucky my
K-Sat.
channel ain't monetized yet.
he not being realistic.
exactly. K-Sat. I agree with bro what he said about Isaiah, but you got to understand, you dealing with Rick Mahorn, you dealing with Bill Lane Beer, you dealing with Vinnie Johnson, you dealing with dogs. Those dudes are dogs. They can talk. Whoa. They can cuss each other out and love it.
Yeah.
But what Skylar Diggins is dealing with is a bunch of babies.
Yeah.
Who want to be coddled, who want to be cuddled, who want strawberries and cream. They want strawberries and cream. They don't want barbed wire and fire.
They want that booty to booty.
Hey, so
Thank
look,
you.
hold on,
Thank you.
piggybacking off what Brass is saying, hey bro guy, do you want barbed wire or do you want bankies and pacifiers, nigga?
Bro, I want to
He
win.
want them carbon monsters.
I don't care if you do it with the honey on your chest or with nails through the heart. I want to win. It's results.
That's what Skylar
That's
wants.
what
She wants
Skylar
to win.
wants to do. She wants to win.
It's one thing to want it. The question is, are the players on your team responding in a way that brings results?
If they don't want to win. And that's why Stewie left, and that's why Sue Bird retired. I'm done.
Bro, Stewie left because Sue Bird retired.
No, Stewie left because she had softies with him. And the reason why she left because Sue Bird left, because Sue Bird was the leader of the team that dealt with them softies.
There you go. Facts.
That's
Facts.
Bro,
Sue Bird, you think Sue Bird was sweet? No, Sue Bird
had a fight. She was
Sue
feisty.
Bird was a New York point guard.
Yeah, she was
Hey,
feisty.
Brooklyn, tell him about New York City point guards and how they roll.
Oh, man, we're
Please.
gonna be here all day. We start talking about New York point guards.
Man, and Sue Bird was one of those. So
you 8 hours in,
Miss
man.
me with that. The reason why Stewie left because Bird left or Bird retired because there was nobody there to handle them little softies who don't like to be held accountable. And they knew that, and the brass knew that before they signed, like Lakeisha said. Perfect point. They know who Skylar. They wanted another Sue Bird because they knew Sue Bird was like that.
That's right.
All right. So here's the deal, right? If Sue Bird was like that, and Drew Lloyd played for Sue Bird, what's the difference between Sue Bird and Skylar? What's the difference? You're saying that
one is black and one is white.
Skylar is like that.
I was just
So
going
what's
to
the
answer
difference
that. You want me to really answer that?
Because I can tell you the difference. The difference is chips, bro. The difference is chips.
No.
If that was the case, Stewie wouldn't have left.
I was saying that Stewie left because of Sue, bro.
Stewie got rings? Does Stewie have a ring or two? She had a ring before she left.
And she went and got another one.
Went and got another one. So if it was about rings and they don't want to listen to nobody without a ring, why did Stewie left? She could have stayed there and been a leader. No, she couldn't stand those softies.
Hey, Brass, we gotta stop this, man. We gotta stop this. Why we keep?
He wants to harp on rings.
Only means something to people on YouTube. I swear. In college, we used to have like these expedition banquets. Mm-hmm. When you won the championship last year, when you walk in there, you just like the rest of us, a college basketball player. Like that only means something on these YouTube circuits. That's right. Not how they view you on the court. I don't know what people y'all be. See, I know where this started at. It started with that LeBron James, Michael Jordan conversation. Championships aren't as big as y'all think they are in basketball circles. That ring, that doesn't mean nothing because there's players on other teams who feel like they can win that championship if they were in your spot. Like that be meaning something in the YouTube circle. We won't talk about who the best, but when it comes to leadership in the locker room, when it comes to who's respected on the court, we don't look at players and be like, "Oh, you won the last 2 NCAA championship. We respect you." That's not how that works. Because at the end of the day, talent wins anyway. You just have the more talented team. Like
so that's a good example. So you're gonna tell
I keep hearing bro guy bring up these championships.
Yeah. So you're gonna tell me
that's not how they're viewing them.
Exactly. So that's a good point. So you're gonna tell me that Tristan Thompson is gonna get mad if Chris Paul tells him to get and you know what I'm saying? And Chris Paul ain't won no championship.
Oranges, bro. Apples to oranges.
No, it's not. But that's your criteria, though,
That's
because they got
perfect-
chips.
That's a perfect example, though, because Chris Paul. Hold on, bro, Gad. That's actually a perfect example because if you know anything about, hold on, listen, yo, Brody, listen to what I'm saying. Stop you being emotional. Take the honey off your chest. Listen. Bro, Chris Paul is another player that get criticized for being too aggressive or too whatever in the locker rooms. He don't have a championship, right? Same thing you saying about Skylar Diggins. So that's actually a perfect example. And then the reason why he used Tristan Thompson is because Tristan Thompson won championships with LeBron. So if Chris Paul if Chris Paul needs Tristan Thompson to do something, and he's telling him to do something, you think Tristan Thompson gonna be mad and say, "You ain't win no championships"?
Hell nah, he gonna listen.
I'm asking you a question right now. Is Jewel Lloyd not a Hall of Famer as well as Skylar? Jewel Lloyd Jewel Lloyd was the points record holder before Aja Wilson this year.
Yes.
Jewel Lloyd is content with playing in the WNBA and playing basketball. She is not the maniac competitor like Skylar is.
Y'all are saying that based off of what exactly?
And you're saying she's the leader based off of what she can put in the basket.
No, I'm saying that they said she was the leader. When NECA and Skylar came to the team in a press conference, they said, "This is Jewel Lloyd's team." That's what
I think you took that out of context.
She's the franchise player.
That's not what they mean. What they mean is she's the first option. The ball goes through her. This is her team. In the locker room, that is not her team.
And I'm glad you said that, Zoe, because when we go,
that's two different things.
Watch this. I'm glad you said that. He keep hold up once, bro, Claude. He keep hanging himself. I'm glad he said that because when I said this on my channel about when the Fever was going into the playoffs, when old girl Alyssa Smith and Kelsey Mitchell and all them came out and said, "We don't have a problem with Caitlin in the locker room." See, they came out and said that though, right?
Yes.
They came out and said that.
Do with being the leader?
Because what you said about because you said the same thing about somebody coming out in the in the press conference saying this is Jewel Lloyd's team. Do you think they actually meant that?
No.
Thank you.
So why? This is insane. There
was no, it's not insane.
Bro, listen, I agree. Listen, this is the part. Listen, hold on, bro, guy. Sometimes you explain yourself wrong, bro. I said that before you got on the panel. I said what I think you're trying to say, and what I said was, and you could tell me if you agree, bro, guy. I don't know if this is what you're trying to say, but I think that's what you're trying to say. Sometimes, listen, leadership is not always the same for everybody, right? And sometimes different leaders clash. So I think Jewel Lloyd and whatever her leadership style is and whatever she likes, and Skylar Diggins and maybe even NECA just bumped heads. They clash. It is what it is. Everybody don't fit. You can't just put talent. Just because something looks good on paper, you can't just put it on the floor and be like, all right, this is it. Sometimes things don't mesh well. So I think what happened was that Seattle Storm team looked good on paper in the beginning of the season, but they just didn't mesh well on the floor for what Jewel Lloyd needs, for whatever it is to make her successful, and what Skylar Diggins needs. And I don't know if where NECA fits into all this, but what they need, it just didn't mesh well. So I think this was just a bad put together team. I think that's what you're trying to say. But the way you keep putting it, bro, Kyle, you kind of disrespecting Skylar, and I don't think she deserves that. You get what I'm saying? Like, they just two different types of leaders, and that's okay.
No, Brooklyn, I want to agree with you. And this to me is the disconnect because people are saying I'm disrespecting Skylar. To my mind, I hear people disrespecting Jewel Lloyd. In fact, I hear people disrespecting the entire Seattle Storm team. If you agree that Jewel Lloyd is a different type of leader than Skylar Diggins, then that you can't come and then say that she's a better leader. Because
Well, I
there's
never
no
said
evidence.
that. You said
I
that.
don't
I'm not
think
saying
Joel
that you
Lloyd is a
have.
leader at all.
I'm not saying that you have, Brooklyn. I'm saying that other people are saying that Jewel Lloyd should just shut up and let Skylar lead the way that Skylar wants to lead.
Shut
And I'm
up.
saying,
She never says anything to shut up. Jewel Lloyd is quiet. She don't say nothing.
She's
the
very
point,
quiet.
look, Brooklyn just made the point that there are different styles of leadership. And it seems to me that everyone here thinks that
So she's on that Kawhi Leonard type leadership.
Oh,
Just don't
She's
say nothing.
quiet.
Hold on.
Jewel
Hold
Lloyd is not an assertive personality. She's quiet. She's laid back. That's just her nature. That's just her personality. The reason why they say this is her team is because when Sue Bird left and when Sue Bird retired and Brianna went to New York, she became the face of the franchise. She's the face of the franchise. There's no question about that. Jewel Lloyd is the Jewel Lloyd. Huh?
Are you saying that quiet people can't be leaders?
You can be leaders, but
Yo,
it's
bro,
be a
guy.
leader.
Yo, bro,
You
guy,
can
you
be a
gotta
leader.
realize.
Bro, guy, let me ask you this, bro, guy. Who you think was the leader on the Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron was there?
On the Cleveland Cavaliers?
When LeBron was there, his second stint. Who you think the leader on that team was?
It was LeBron.
No,
You're fooling yourself. If you think LeBron was the leader on that team, you are fooling yourself, and you don't know basketball because it was James Jones and Tristan Thompson.
Wait. Yeah.
Anyway, hold on.
Wait.
The Minnesota Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx. Is Nafisa
I can
Cullen
see
not their
that. I
leader?
can see that. I can see
Is
that.
Nafisa Cullen not their leader?
Now, he asked you a question about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Why you go to the Minnesota Lynx?
We're gonna come back to the WNBA.
See, he be deflecting,
misunderstanding what leadership is. That's two separate things. The leader of the team and the person who's the best player on the team and sets people up on the court, you're trying to mesh them together. That's two separate things. That's two separate leaders. This isn't school with a principal. That's two separate leaders with two separate responsibilities. Tristan Thompson and James Jones' responsibility as the leaders of that team and the veterans in that locker room was, yes, LeBron gonna turn the ball over, but you not LeBron. Get back on defense. That's their leadership role on that team. LeBron's leadership role is to make sure y'all win.
Yeah.
That's what
Hey,
I don't
watch
think
this.
you understand how leadership in basketball actually works.
And I'm gonna give.
I believe that LeBron was the leader. I just don't agree with that.
Okay, well, you don't have to agree with it. I'm gonna give you a prime example. That was a good point that you made, Zoe. A good point that you made. I'm gonna say something that y'all gonna scratch y'all's head on. Go to the 2020 bubble championship in LA. Who was that leader on that Lakers team?
LeBron.
Huh?
It was LeBron.
It was Jared Dudley.
No, Jared Dudley. Thank you. Thank you.
Zoe, like in basketball terms, bro, guy, there's different types of leaders. You're looking at LeBron and like he's the best player on the team, and he sets everybody up on the court. You're thinking
Jared
he's the leader
Dudley
of the team.
was that
LeBron
locker
not the
room
leader of
glue
that
guy.
team.
And Rondo.
Are you talking about a veteran presence or are you talking about leading the team?
Leadership.
What do you consider leading the team, bro, guy?
Leading the team is the buck stops with me. I am responsible. I take on the responsibility. I tell people what needs to be done. I step up in moments of conflict and adversity. I take on the responsibility, not just because of my skill set, but because my team is relying on me. That's leadership.
That's on court leadership. LeBron leads by example. Bro, guy, I'm gonna give you an example, bro, guy. Bro, guy, I'm gonna give you an example, bro, guy. Tyronn Lue in an interview
said it. Yep.
With Stockton said that in the finals against Golden State, when they were down 3-1, he went to LeBron and told LeBron
you were playing like shit
on the court. And LeBron told Tyronn Lue, "I'm doing this, and this. They need to play better." Tyronn Lue said, "No, you need to do this, and this." In the locker room at halftime, LeBron went to his leaders. He went to Tristan Thompson, he went to James Jones, and he even went to Devontae Jones and told them what Tyronn Lue said. And they said he's right. And guess what LeBron did? Tied his shoelaces and went on the court and proved them right.
All right, so wait a minute.
You confusing
those guys
what
are the leaders,
leadership
right?
actually is on the court versus actually the team leader. LeBron leads by example.
Yes, right. That's
Prince,
right.
if LeBron is not the leader, then why did Tyronn Lue take LeBron aside, and why was LeBron relaying?
Because he's the leader on the court. Because he sets everybody up. That's not what.
You don't know the difference. You don't know the difference between different types of leadership, is what they're saying.
I think
what
also.
I was saying earlier. Hold on. Let me finish. What I was saying earlier about Jewel Lloyd and Skylar Diggins, the difference. They play two different positions. One of them is as a quarterback. The point guard is the quarterback of your basketball team, just like a quarterback in football. Absolutely. They don't look to the. Now, listen, I'll give you another example. I'll give you a football example, because quarterbacks are the point guards of football, and in basketball, point guards are the quarterbacks of basketball.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The leader of the Dallas Cowboys is Zach Martin, the left guard, Pro Bowl left guard. Yes. The leader on the field is Dak Prescott, because he's the quarterback by nature of the position. But in the locker room, Zach Martin, the 10-time Pro Bowl left guard or right guard, I think it's right guard, right guard.
My God.
He is the leader of the team in the locker room. Jewel Lloyd is the face of the franchise, but she does not play point guard. The point guard is the leader of the team on the court. They set the tone. They set the attitude. They get the players in line. That's the coach, like Bro Claude said. They set the tone on the court as the coach on the floor. They are the second in command behind the head coach.
Absolutely.
And because they run the plays, they set they're not looking at Jewel Lloyd to say run this play or run that play. The head coach is looking at Skylar Diggins and saying run this play, run that play.
I know that, but the point guard is not going to be the leader on every team. We know that.
She's the leader. She's the leader of that team based on her position. When it comes to playing hard, when it comes to playing the right way, Jewel Lloyd is an example of what a superstar is. That's what she's supposed to be. She's not vocal.
I think also, just to because I think we talking about leadership, but we kind of all over the place. So to bring it back to the topic of what we originally was talking about people feelings being heard, and I guess people not liking Skylar Diggins' style of leadership. Yes, y'all all right. It's different players could be different leaders, as leaders on the floor, as leaders in the locker room. But I think on this particular team, again, what I said earlier, sometimes what you see on paper just don't translate to the floor. Yeah. And I just think this was just a bad mesh. The chemistry on this team was bad. This is a bad mesh of players, right? It looks good when you think about the names. Listen, if I think about a Skylar Diggins and what she can do, when I think about a Jewel Lloyd and what she's been doing the past couple years, you added Nneka, who's Nneka's a champion, if I'm not mistaken, right, y'all? Yes.
Yeah.
You added Nneka to this. To me, with good role players, this should be a championship team or a championship contending team.
Brooklyn, they had a great season. Brooklyn, they had a great season, and ain't like they just flamed out.
Yes and no. I'm gonna say yes and no, because a great season for a team like that is they lost in the first round. They lost in the first round. So for this team, this has to be a failure.
To who? Who did they lose to?
For the Storm this year.
Who did they lose to?
They lost to the Aces, right?
Thank you. They lost to a better team.
No,
Not
it
based on
doesn't matter
they
who
would not.
lost to.
They would
No,
not.
but
If
Brad,
they were tight,
understand what I'm saying.
if
Hold
they
on,
were
hold on,
thick,
hold
if
on.
they
Let's,
were thick as
all right.
thieves, if they were thick as thieves, they did not have the talent to beat that team. I'm
But
sorry.
that's
I
the
don't care if
point.
Skylar Diggins was the glorious leader that Brogad wants her to be. I don't care if they were tight as the Brady Bunch. I don't
Let me
care.
ask you a question. Let me
They
ask,
don't have. They did not have the
Lost to a better
talent
team.
to beat that team. I'm sorry.
right.
That's
No, no,
crazy.
no. Listen, listen. What I'm saying is when you put together a team, right? Like if you go to the NBA, whatever big three that you could put together next year, this year, whatever. If you put together a team, when you bring stars together, your goal is to what?
Win a chip.
Your goal is to win a chip. So that's my point. So if you end up making it to the playoffs and losing in the first round, that's a failure. No matter what you think who they lost to or whatever, that's a failure for that team. That team now has to go back to the drawing board and say we thought we was good enough to contend for a championship, but we just wasn't. And again, this team is showing you right now with this stuff that's coming out that it was chemistry issues in the locker room. Right, regardless of who the leader was or who the leader was supposed to be, it was chemistry issues. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, like again, the example I made earlier, some of y'all was here, some of y'all wasn't here for it. If you take a look on paper, if you take a look at that Lakers team after Kobe and Shaq won what they won, and then you add a Karl Malone and a Gary Payton to it, in your mind, you like, there's no way they could lose. But they lost. Same thing if you look at the Heat the first year, right?
To be
Against the
honest with you,
Mavericks.
I was probably one of the only ones that said that wasn't going because I'm a lifelong
Okay,
Lakers.
listen, I'm not mad at
wait,
you.
wait. I was a lifelong Lakers fan since Magic. When they put Karl Malone on that team
You knew they
and
was
Gary
going to lose.
Payton, when they put Karl Malone on that team along with Gary Payton, I knew that wasn't going to work because they come from two different systems. Two different coaches, two different cultures,
but look,
and I didn't think they was a good mix
another
without
example for you, Brass. Another example for you. The first year the Heat came together, I think everybody thought they was gonna win that championship versus the Mavs, right? But for whatever reason, they didn't. You get what I'm saying?
The Mavs are pretty good, bro.
Yeah, but they wasn't better than that Heat team. They could
They
be as
were
good as
that
they
year.
was. The Heat lost to them, but they wasn't better than the Heat team. They was not better. In Brooklyn, you know why they lost Brooklyn? Because Dwayne Wade didn't realize he needed to be the leader in the locker room, and LeBron didn't realize he needed to be the leader on the court. They had to figure some things out, right? All that's making my point. So that's what I'm bringing all that back to the Seattle team and just saying sometimes what we think looks good on paper, sometimes the chemistry just ain't there, and you got to figure it out. So and again, a perfect example when I look at Drew Lloyd, same thing I said about Enrique earlier, right? Certain players play well without the ball. Certain players play better with the ball in their hands. To me, Drew Lloyd is one of those players, and she showed it in 2023 season that B. Will brought up earlier. She showed it in the 2023 season when she had to be the person that everything went through. She played her best season. So when you take a look at a team like that, and now they stacked and she's struggling. So now when you take a look at that, this team needs to take a step back, right? They need to figure out, I don't know if they let some pieces go, they bring some pieces in, or maybe they figure it out internally like the Heat did, right? But they got to figure something out because right now, the way that team is constructed is not working for everybody.
Hey, hold up.
And I
hey,
feel
check
like
this.
Drew
I ain't mean
Lloyd,
to cut you
I
off,
feel
Brooklyn.
like
Check this up, man. I'm gonna have to drop off the live. I was trying to let Zoe know. Yeah. So man, y'all go ahead and continue to cook, man. I'm gonna have to exit out.
All right, K-Shot.
bro. Good
All right.
seeing you,
See you
Seth.
later,
All right,
bro.
appreciate y'all.
Be
All right.
Just landing my plane though.
Go ahead. You can land your plane. Go ahead.
Just landing my plane though. Looking at a player like Drew Lloyd, I feel like she needs, and I feel like Drew Lloyd is a leader, right? And I like she's not the same leader as a Skylar Diggins. They different types of leaders. That's okay, but I feel like Drew Lloyd needs a one. Certain players play well with a 1-2 punch. If you look at Kobe with a Pau Gasol, right? We seen Kobe with a Shaq, Kobe with a Pau Gasol. That's when we seen the best out of Kobe, right? So I think Drew Lloyd needs that type of player next to her. She needs a player where she could be a 1-2 situation opposed to this
the ball's in a point guard's hands and it's setting me up or whatever the case may be. I feel like that just didn't work for her. And I guess the type of point guard Skylar Diggins is as a leader didn't work for her. It is what it is. It just works out that way sometimes.
Brooklyn, I don't got a problem with your point. In fact, to me, it's pretty even. It's pretty based or whatever. It's not putting blame on anyone. I apologize to anyone who's a Skylar Diggins fan who thought I was just.
You muted your mic, Brody.
So, yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it sounded to me like people just wanted to say,
Either somebody muting you.
No, I don't understand. My mic keeps getting muted. I don't know why. But anyway, it sounded to me like people just wanted an excuse to say that Joel was being soft.
I'm muting your mic, bro, guys. We gotta head out. I got 5 minutes, so I'm gonna give everybody on the panel last takes. I'm gonna go on all the brass tacks. What you got?
No, I ain't got much. All I know is that I hope we get Olivia Miles. That's about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you got, bro, guy? Finish up what you were about to say.
Yeah, Olivia Miles to the sky. I would like to see it. I think she'd work really well. I think she'd work especially well with the coach that they got right now, because really and truly, the only thing that is missing from her is consistent volume shooting, and I feel like that's a perfect landing spot for her. But for right now, like she could elevate the game of everyone else there. I'm not, like I said, I think if I'm the Sparks, I would take her off the board, but we'll see.
All right, what you got, Brooklyn?
Man, I just want to say great show tonight, man. Great panel. As always,
7.5 hours, man. 7.5 hours.
That's a fact. It ain't even felt like it, So
man,
like, great.
If y'all ain't subscribed, make sure y'all go subscribe. I'm confused.
Man, how you gonna say Brooklyn and talk over Brooklyn? No, I'm fucking.
make sure y'all go subscribe, man. Well, finish up, Brooklyn. I had to get that in there.
Nah, you good, Brody. Yeah, like I said, I'm just great panel. Have fun today. Great conversations. Always have a good time with you guys. So that's it. Appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, it was fun.
What you got, bro, Claude?
In chat, gang. Shout out, salute to the chat.
You on mute, bro, Claude?
Great show. I'm gonna be back, Zoe. You already know, Prince.
Oh, you already know.
Hey, Zoe, don't be a stranger, man. Don't leave for 2 months.
Look, life be lifing, man. Life be
lifing. But what I want to say is that of course I would love Olivia Miles to come. I'm locked in. I'm keyed in on Pow Pow. If we don't get her, we can get Asa Savica, if that's how to say her name. But we need that shooting power, and I'm also keyed in a way. So I hope from the panel and what we've got, the Sky, he hears you. He listened to what you're saying, because you're a very elevated brother. I appreciate that, and I like to be on with ballers, because ballers always know ballers, and I appreciate you for just letting me speak.
For sure. Who we got next? Miss Sister Noble.
Yeah, so I was sitting up here distracted, but I was also listening. Now, I mean, everybody know. I mean, most Caitlin Clark fans know that Caitlin Clark is a firecracker out there on that court. She is just, very emotional. She's very outspoken. She don't hold back at all. Now, as for Olivia Miles, I think she would be a great fit for the Chicago Sky, and I really hope she does not get picked by any other team in the draft. I think she would be a great facilitator up and down the court. She would definitely bring a greater energy, on the court, and she would be able to, have people in certain positions where she can, facilitate the ball. She definitely will be able to bring more offense to that team. And she would be, I think she would be, if not maybe the rookie of the year, okay, she would at least be held in second place for rookie of the year. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that.
First team.
If not the rookie of the year, she would definitely fall in second place for the rookie of the year. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
First team all rookie team.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. What you got, B Will? Appreciate that, Sister Noble.
Yo, I mean, I had to step out. I was handling some family stuff, but I still had y'all playing in the background, and a couple of times I was like, man, they still going.
But 7.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm glad to see this though, Prince, because I think your platform deserves it, man. I think the usual suspects, Brooklyn, Brogad, Bro Claude, Brass Tacks, Sister Noble, Keisha in the house. Like I said earlier, man, it's fun for me. Like, this is all entertainment, right? We all just having a good time, right? So it's fun for me just to be on here with folks that are like-minded and interested in the same things that I'm interested in. And so we get to talk about this stuff and chop it up and have a good time. But as far as the topic at hand, man, please, God of women's basketball, get the Chicago Sky, Olivia Miles. I think it's a great fit. I think it's a great fit for so many reasons. And I think it's just going to be fun to watch. I think it's also, again, so if I go back and tell you what my favorite teams in the W are really the Aces, the Sky, and the Wings. Those are my favorite teams. And so for me, like the Wings getting the number 2 pick and getting paid, and I think what she and Enrique can do, and if we get Satu to stay with the Wings, I think it's just fun basketball, and I think the league is about to be wide open. I think if the Sparks get a solid point guard that stays healthy, because that was really the meat of their issues this year, was just staying healthy. They had no health on the Sky.
Let's see how the Sparks.
You know what I mean? So I think we're in for a lot of fun basketball from these teams coming up. I can't wait to see what the Valkyrie does. So all that to say, again, thanks, bro. Thanks, Prince. I'm down day one. You gave me the wrench early on. I'm gonna hold it down for you, brother. So whenever you on, I'm on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Real quick,
Miss Green.
Hold on, before she go, because I wanted to close the show. I'm just give you some advice, Prince. I think I seen this on Showtime show with Priest. I think because B Will, he like your number 2. If see how you left earlier, I think you could give him the power to bring people up and down if you busy. I'm just throwing that out there for you.
Yeah, but he will be joining after I start. He got to be on there when I first start.
Got you. All right.
Brothers gotta work, man. Brothers gotta work.
Yeah, because B Will didn't come up here until I was on here an hour already.
Yeah, he was on here 2 hours. Man. He was on here 2 hours.
Because he got to get the actual link to do that. So you know how Brooklyn, we be talking offline sometimes. I would have to send him the link like that and be like, we going live at 7.
Got you. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll send you my information. Just let me know how.
Yeah. Send me that on Instagram. And of course, Miss Green, what you got?
On Instagram too, Prince, so I can hit you.
What happened?
I got to get you too on Instagram.
Yeah, my Instagram is in my bio. Honestly, it's just I_am_Zo Media.
Okay.
Yeah, if you type in I am Zo Media, it'll pop up on Instagram.
Bet.
I'm on it.
What you got, Miss Green? We gonna close out with you. What you got?
This is what I got. I'm hoping that we get Olivia Miles, but the LA Sparks have a chance to throw a monkey wrench in our whole stuff we got going on, because in all honesty, they need a point guard too. So it's gonna be very interesting to see who wins that sweepstakes. I just hope the organization will be able, talking about Chicago Sky, I hope the organization be able to pivot well if they don't get the player they want. That's it.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Again, 7.5 hour stream. I think this is my first 7.5 hour stream, and y'all was live all night. I appreciate all y'all for coming on the panel.
Congrats, bro.
K-Sap, Braz, Brooklyn, Bro Guy, Bro Claude, Sister Noble, B Will, Miss Green. I appreciate all of y'all.
Hey, so one more thing. Hey,
What
so
you
one
got?
more thing. Don't forget this weekend, Saturday at 4 o'clock, USC versus Notre Dame.
Yes, I'm live streaming. So
Yeah.
look,
I'll be
I'm
on,
live
man.
streaming. Those who in here, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. If you're coming over from K-Sap channel and you're just watching from his link, make sure you subscribe. So I'm live streaming the game, and if you ever live stream the game with me, it ain't just play-by-play calling. I break down how the last shot happened, halftimes adjustments, things like that while the game is going on. So I like to be very interactive, teach y'all stuff like while the game is going on that most average fans might not see on the court, of why a play is being called, why this player not getting shots and things like that. So again, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. I am Zoe Media. If you're coming over from K-Sap, and appreciate Onk for sharing my live on his stream as well. I know he ain't in here no more, but appreciate you, Onk. And again, appreciate everybody for coming on the panel. Again, I'm at 300 subscribers as of today. I'm actually at 310. So again, at every 100 subscribers, I'll do my $50 gift card. So I did drop the photo in my community post. So make sure you go to my community post. All you have to do is put in whatever number between 1 to 300, who's ever the closest. They'll be getting a $50 gift card to a place of their choice. So all you got to do is drop your number 1 to 300 in the post. Go to my community post on my page. If you're right, I'm going to comment, drop my Instagram underneath your number. All you got to do is Instagram me your address or post office, P.O. box, wherever you want me to ship it to, and where you want your gift card to be to, and we'll go from there. Again, at every 100 subscribers, I do that. So make sure y'all always stay tuned because we're on the road to 400 now. We're on the road to 400. But again, appreciate everybody. Again, this weekend, USC versus Notre Dame. Make sure y'all share, like, subscribe to pull up on that. Again, appreciate y'all. And next week, episode 2 of the Chicago Sky Draft Report. We'll drop that on Tuesday as well. So episode 2 will be next week. I'm gonna give y'all, those who watching right now, since y'all still here, Citron will be my breakdown for next week. So get ready.
Okay.
It's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be exciting. Citron's my breakdown for next week. It's gonna be exciting. And again, those who don't let my YouTube subscribers fool you. If you follow me on other platforms, I'm one of them ones. So I'm still reaching out to a couple of them. I'm gonna interview one of them on my channel soon. So just be patient. I'm gonna get one of them. I'll just be patient. I got some college connects. I'm gonna get one of them soon. I'm definitely. So y'all make sure y'all stick around for that as well. But other than that, appreciate y'all for pulling up. 7.5 hour stream, first one ever. I think the longest I did in the past was like 3 hours. So 7.5 hours is definitely a blessing from y'all, man. So appreciate it, and y'all stay safe. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be live streaming for the Unrivaled League tomorrow after the rosters and everything are that come out. So I'm gonna drop that thumbnail later tonight. So other than that, appreciate y'all pulling up, and y'all be cool, man.
Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now.